foremost, we want to give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
the one who crosses the great work who never will well. So we want to all the broken behind the Bibles and the works of sin and faithfully continue fighting out this fight of faith, Lord willing, to find that number to be delivered. Until then, we're going to keep on coming out, pushing this word, roll in spirit, whatever brothers have, articles, scriptures, prophecies, testimony, whatever it is, we're going to bring it out. Lord willing, what we do bring out is edifying, all right?
I forgot to say, I don't know if you guys, I see the video I uploaded on YouTube from the Israelis news network, where there was a lady, she said that, the problem started in the black community. Because she did not mention it. But when someone was recording in the neighborhood, she sat there. I was an Israeli woman.
Oh, I heard this.
Yeah.
She said the biggest problem for Israel
For
is the
Israel.
black community.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I did hear that.
it goes to show you, man, that Esau is already on the move. Because now they're going to paint us as the enemies.
Well,
They have painted us.
Well,
it is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's inevitable because so essentially you got two parties fighting over a land. Let's go to Isaiah. I mean, I'm not there. Nope. Nope. Ezekiel 36. Ezekiel 36. Let me start the first verse. Because essentially they're yeah. Well, no, the whole chapter. Because essentially they're fighting over a land that doesn't belong to either party, right? And Ezekiel 36 kind of chronicles. It says how the Lord is going to take them out of there. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 36 and 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, Ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord.
Yep.
Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy hath said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are our in possession.
Right. So they possess our land, right? And they've set up themselves in our land as the rightful owners of the land, right? But so regardless of what they try to spin, we are the biggest threat to Israel because that land belongs to us. It's just like there's like a home in probate, right? Somebody dies, right? So they got this house and it's in probate. And they try to, they lawfully they have to put it in the newspaper to say that this house is available. They got to find out if there's any siblings or anybody that might want the house. We're the sibling that they try to hurry up and get these papers out and get these articles out so they can sell the house and get the money for it, right? But that's our house. Our house rightfully belongs to us. Matter of fact, I had my great grandmother, my father's grandmother, had owned some land. Down in what's this town in Alabama?
Montgomery?
Nah. It's a small town. I always forget the name. Gilbertown, Alabama. And they sold that land. They didn't consult with my father. They didn't consult with me. Nothing. They just gave it away. It was a massive amounts of land in just one little shack on the land that they used to live in. And so the point being is that's our land. So of course, if they're trying to take over and try to have that high place in their possession, they're going to say that we're the biggest threat. That's a fact because it's rightfully our land, and it's beyond any paperwork, it's beyond any probate, it's God given. So who's higher than the Heavenly Father? Go ahead. Yep.
That's what Hebrews.com. This is after a decade of struggle in Israel. Dozens of African Hebrew Israelites faced deportation.
Yeah, so they had this happened some years ago, where they were these Israelites that had left the United States and went over there to Israel to try to set up as citizens in that land, and they had been getting deported in droves. And the reason being is because they didn't follow what the scriptures say. The scriptures say to wait ye upon me, right? When the Heavenly Father takes us and puts us in that land, no one's going to be able to take us out of that land, right? And so now they've been facing all kinds of deportation, and now, especially now, because that's really what the fight is over. The fight is over. Who's going to take power over that land? Any ruler, from Nebuchadnezzar all the way up to Augustus Caesar, their interest was in who controlled that land. Yep.
And then one more.
Yep.
And he says in Dimona, Israel AP, for 2 years, Tova Israel and dozens of other residents of the village of peace have lived in fear. So while they're down there, they live in fear, because those so-called Jewish people are oppressing them down there.
Yeah.
But they're not showing that in the media.
Yeah.
You know, just like how they're oppressing us here, they getting down there too, 10 times worse.
Yep. And that land is rightfully ours. Now we would have to wait for the Lord because there's some sorting out that has to be done, right? Because when we crossed over to Jordan, each tribe got their land as the Lord saw fit, right? Hey, this is this tribe's land, this is that tribe's land, so forth and so on. And so because we've lost that, right? We don't know whose land is whose. Now we got to wait for the Heavenly Father to set that back up again, to establish that again.
You know, you wouldn't want. I mean, why would you want to go over there in this time period? You know, you got the matter of fact.
Yeah.
Get that out. Read a little bit of that out.
Sure, no
You know,
problem.
why would you want to go over there anywhere, man? Like the elders said, the scriptures say, you know, we ain't supposed to be over there until the Lord brings us over. Read a little bit of that out.
It says, Dimona, a city on the edge of the nation of Israel, Negev Desert, has been her home for 24 years. Her 8 children were born here in no other country. Now she and 130 other undocumented members of the African Hebrew Israel Jerusalem
See how that is? You see how that is?
deportation.
You see how that is? We saw us always talking about we own some shit. It's like when you got Issachar over here, you know, they're talking about all the undocumented. Now you got Negroes over there, now they're undocumented. This goes to show you, this is not your land, man. This is not your kingdom. You are a fucking stranger in this world, man. And the Lord's gonna set this shit right when He feels ready to do so. But until then, you gotta be subject to fucking getting bashed, bruised, being an outcast. And read a little more.
And he says here, the Bible says the Hebrew Israel, as a special community member or commonly known, first made their way to Israel from the United States in the 1960s. So they've been there since the 1960s.
Right. And they know what the scriptures say,
Yeah.
you know, and this is what you get. Now you're gonna be uprooted, sent back to the States here, where you've been over there for, you know, however long you've been going over there, only to come back here to do what? You're gonna be homeless, man. Cause shit is out of control. You ain't gonna be able to just go pick up and go get a job and go get a house and all that. You're gonna be homeless, man. They're gonna drop your ass right on the street like they do with all these other jakes, man. So give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68 real quick.
And then of course this is what the so-called Jewish word said. He said, receiving the order to leave 2 years ago was a moment of disbelief. That's a man.
See? So they're gonna show you. They're gonna show you that you don't belong over there, man. And it's all through the hand of the Al-Bash and Al-Shai anyway. You gotta read that.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spoke for thee,
Go ahead.
thou shalt see it no more again.
That's the point. Thou shalt see it no more again. You wasn't supposed to pack up and fly over there and have all kinds of children and insert yourself in that community over there talking about this is our land. We the real Jews. They don't give a shit about that, man. Talking all that nonsense.
You know, that she said that she'd be living in Israel for 24 years
Yeah.
with 8 children.
Yeah.
Now they want her to leave
Oh, they're gonna force her to leave.
after
They're gonna round them niggas up, and I won't be surprised if they take their kids and put them on one plane to Texas and take you and ship you up to Michigan somewhere.
Yep.
That's how Esau does it. He ain't gonna collectively get you together like, all right, give me some money, some tickets, they're gonna disperse again. They're gonna disperse you throughout the 4 corners of the earth, man. All right, this is nothing new. Israel being dispersed is nothing new. And that's exactly what's probably gonna happen to you people, man.
They-
You don't belong over there.
They did put an order out to say that anybody that's not of Israeli descent, they have to get up out of there.
Yeah.
Whether they're on the Gaza
Imagine that.
side or they're on the Israeli side. They say they want all nondescript people out of
Can
there.
you imagine that? And this is supposed to they want everybody else to fucking love them. They want everybody else to show love and compassion to them. Well, as a matter of fact, I was watching the news one morning. I was getting ready for work. We had these devils in the fucking Humvee, and he had 2 little babies on his lap. There was all kinds of blood and shit. I mean, you would have thought the baby's head was cracked wide open. The baby just sitting there riding. You could see that shit was
Staged.
smoke and mirrors, man. But they push it, man. They push that shit so much that there's no doubt in anybody's mind that they're really going through it over there. Wait, what do we got? Ezekiel?
Yes, Ezekiel 36 and verse 3. Therefore prophesy and say, Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because they have made you desolate
Yep.
and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen,
Right.
and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers and are in the infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus said the Lord Yahweh to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, and to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about.
So our land became a prey and derision to the heathen, right? And that's what's in our land. Ishmael's over there, Edom is over there, and those Edomite strongholds, right, have been happening for quite some time. I was getting into back. I just took a note. I want to get back into it a little bit. So if you look into the Hasmonean dynasty, any map of where our strongholds were, and during that time, Edom had started to move in from the south, where they were in Seir, and started to move up into the land of Israel. Them taking strongholds in that land is not a new thing. Edom has always been trying to take on that land under the guise of, hey, Abraham is our grandfather too. Abraham is our grandfather too. Really, there's no argument there, right? But again, that's why it's about the promise. Because anybody that's really a descendant of Abraham could take claim to that land if it weren't for the promise, right? So Ishmael is over there, they're fighting over the land. You got Edom over there, they're fighting over the land. Both grandchildren of Abraham, right? You got something?
Yeah, I got something. Genesis 35, I'm gonna start at verse 9. I'm gonna read the verbatim. And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padan Aram and blessed him. And God said unto him, thy name is Jacob, thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee.
Right,
And
a nation and a company of nations, right? So that means what? That each tribe is like a nation, right? Keep going.
And kings shall come out of thy loins.
Yep.
And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac to thee, I will give it.
That's right. So
And
that land belongs to the children of Israel, right? But the children of Israel aren't in that land. Now we got into it with that the Jewish guy last week, right? And he wanted to marginalize that book that we spoke about by Arthur Koestler. But Arthur Koestler really got into the details and how the confusion happened between the Israelites that belong in that land, us, and the Israelis that kind of swept in and took on that land once they got.
He wanted to know whether what he was practicing was the right thing.
100%.
That's why he wrote the book.
100%. So he got into all of those details, got into the history of the Rhineland and all of that area over there, that Poland and all of those different places where our people were getting dispersed. And he found out that they moved into that land once our people finally were cleaned on. Because when I read it a lot, but it's important history. When you go to First Maccabees, the first chapter, it starts to talk about how the Greeks swarmed in there, right? And when you gotta juxtapose it against each other. The history that you're reading in Maccabees, and then the so-called secular history, and you have to kind of put the story together, because the Greeks that were calling themselves Greeks were Edomites, and then the people, the Edomites that were already in the land, they were calling themselves. They were still Edomites calling themselves Edomites. So they even had some fighting over that land, right? But they were both Edomite nation. You got the Greeks that were Edomite nation, or let me say it this way: the Greeks were Japheth, but Edom started to infiltrate their records too, and their history too. So when Alexander came, well, really when his father came, the Macedonians were the first Edomite nation to take over Greece and make it. This is ours now.
That's it.
Right. And so when you get into the Hasmonean dynasty, when you get into all of that history, you start to see that our people started leaving. They was like, I'm out of here. So it wasn't far fetched for it to happen, because when you go, this is why history is important, man. When you go into Esther, it tells you that we had been spread throughout the whole known world at the time. So it's likely, if we're in our land and this is going to shit because the Edomites are rolling in, we got a cousin over in India. I'm going over there. Let's go over there. I wrote a letter to my cousin. He got back to me. He said that he'll put us up. Or I got a cousin in Spain. Because those the so-called Moors of Spain, those were Israelites. When you have they call it the Iberian Peninsula, that's our people were there, right? So it wasn't far-fetched for our people to go and spread out and be dispersed, because our people were already in these different provinces and in these different lands throughout history.
Can I say this too?
Yeah.
And the first incident of that was Jacob against Esau. How he went to Laban. Remember, his mom said, "Hey,
Right.
you got the people over here.
Right.
You go chill over there.
Right.
But I know your brother's out there."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's not far fetched, man. Just like back in the days when you was you ever seen the movie Crooklyn?
Yeah.
The young lady, her character, which is based on Spike Lee's sister. The movie is based on Spike Lee's sister. They had family down south, so when their mother got sick, she had to move down south with their family. So that's what happened. So when we were leaving our land, we was going into these other lands, and they were trying to again make strongholds in Israel for Greece, right? When you go into that Maccabean history, right? And so now when you come to modern day times, those are Edomites over there fighting over our land, but it's not their land; it belongs to us.
And also too, real quick, even documentary and ancient moon shows, the faces of our people. Throughout almost every nation, it's coming out that allow our people was all over the known world with the paint, the art, all that's coming out. Now Esau cannot hide anymore.
The biggest dispersion of our people was when the Muslims came along. Because when the Muslims came along, it was only the Catholic Church around.
Right.
And the Israelites who were in Medina, the city that you call Medina, it used to be called Yeter before.
Okay.
And they were the first to be converted to the Muslim, and they're the ones that went to Spain.
Yep. Yes, sir.
That's what precept. Revelation 7:9. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms.
So when we get into this stuff, right, this is why it's such a let's say it this way. This is why we are so convicted in our spirits that when we read the scriptures that belongs to us, because the history says so. And then when you get into a prophecy like that, the prophecy says, look, the children of Israel are going to come from every nation. We've been dispersed everywhere. Now, the main stronghold where the main deliverance is going to happen is here in America. But let's go to, somebody get Isaiah 11 and 11. Isaiah 11 and 11.
Isaiah 11, verse 11. And it says, and it reads, it shall come to pass. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold,
Yeah, 11 and 11.
Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people,
Right, so
which shall
recover
be
them.
left.
Right, so recover them. Right? Yep, somebody get Jeremiah 16:14. Yep, to recover them, right? So we're recover us from where? From the lands we were dispersed in. And to bring us where? The land we came from. Right? You got something?
Out Ezekiel 11, I don't know if it came out.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel 11:17. It says, therefore, say, thus saith the Lord, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered.
Assemble us where?
Yeah.
Assemble us where? Go ahead.
It tells you, it says, and I will give you the land of Israel.
And give us the land of Israel. So when that lady says the so-called black community is the biggest threat, she's not mistaken. And that lady knows something. That lady knows something.
She's been privy to the true information.
Yeah. When you think of there was this movie that my man Forrest Gump, who my man is? Actor.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. He did this movie called the Da Vinci Code. And he went into all of this different stuff about this secret bloodline. The secret bloodline is us. Because it's not common knowledge that the children of Israel, the people in that, oh, you know, it's good, it's good. I forgot, we gotta add it. The secret bloodline is us, because it's not common knowledge that the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, so on, are the children of Israel. That's not common knowledge. So those secrets that they were looking for, that secret bloodline that was being hidden, is really the children of Israel, and all of the places that they were being dispersed.
Like every time they dig something up, it always comes back to us.
Yeah,
It always comes back to us.
Yeah.
And then therefore they keep it secret because they don't want nobody to know
Yeah.
this information, because the history books have to be rewritten, man.
Yeah.
If it all comes out in this day and age, this whole place could be turned upside down.
Yeah.
Because the shit that you've learned throughout your lifetime has all been lies.
Yeah. What does the scripture
Talking
say?
about clan math.
Their children shall complain of an ungodly father, right? Because what happened? All of these lies have been taught, right? And really, the Heavenly Father made it so, right? Because what happened in history made it so that the lie could stick. Because why? We were scattered everywhere. You got people that are that live in East India, say, right? I say East India because they say that the Indians that are here in the Americas, but I say East India, right? You have people that are there that have been practicing that culture, practicing that language, practicing that lifestyle their whole lives, and that's all they have ever known. But they're Israelites, and they might even look like the East Indians, because over time you marry and have children and so forth and so on, and then you take on even not only their culture, but the way they look.
Real quick, one example, the Philippines down there who was speaking in the name of Yahweh. Yahweh, I don't know if y'all remember him. He actually mentioned the name Yahweh. He was saying that was the name. You know, so how do you think he knows? He's a Jacob himself.
Yeah, the spirit is on him. Man.
Yeah.
The spirit is on him. And so that lady, I don't know her name. I want to find out her name. I want to read about her. But she knows something, man. She is absolutely right, because yes, the people that are rightful owners of that land are starting to figure it out.
Yeah. That's what
They're starting to figure. All roads point to us being the rightful owners of that land, being the rightful people that land was given to.
And also to mention as well, you have us waking up to knowing that.
Yeah.
So with us identifying, hey, they're not the real people we are. It's a threat to their whole system.
And that's what they're trying to destroy as many of them as they can from that land.
I got something right here. Baruch 2, I'm going to start at verse 28. It's going to be a little read. It says, as thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the laws before the children of Israel, saying, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, for in the land of their captivity they shall remember
In the
themselves.
land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves, and that's what's happening, right? This is why it's such a big deal that you have all these camps across the country and across the world, because that is the personification of what the scripture is saying, right? We're waking up, man. All these small sanctuaries across the country and across the world, we're waking up to being the children of Israel, and we're proclaiming, and we're professing that that's the truth. And when you get into that, and when you get into this history, when you get into what the scriptures say, it's no other reason or no other way you could look at it. There's no other way you can look at it. We have to be the children of Israel. We have to. There's no other way you can look at it. Why else would we experience the level of disenfranchisement that we have, unless we're the chosen seed? Because that's what's always happened to the children of Israel. When they go off and they're not following the ways and rules of the Heavenly Father, what happens? They get taken down by another nation, right? When you go into not Judith, I think it's prayer of Azariah, the ninth verse. Yeah, jump me to that. Go ahead, bro.
It says, this is verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power, and I will give them in heart and ears to hear. They shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
And that's what we're doing. Are we praising the Lord?
That's right.
Are we thinking on His name? That's right. Right? That's what we're doing. This work. I have to always say this. We can't think light of what it is that's happening here. We can't think light of it, because it's a fulfillment of what the Lord said He would do to us. He said He would put thoughts in our minds, right, and bring us back to Him, right? Go ahead.
Verse 33, and return from their stiff necks and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the ways of their fathers which sinned before the Lord.
Right.
And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto
Right.
their fathers.
Right. So He said He's going to bring us into the land, and it was promised to us by what? An oath. Right. So no paperwork is needed, and they even tell you that in court. If you have a verbal agreement with somebody, that's a binding contract.
Yeah.
Right. So he by oath and he swore on the highest name on in the universe that land belonged to us. Right.
Even so much that in the law he mentioned that if we vow a vow, we have to stand on
That's
it.
it.
So it's the
That's
same
it.
principle that he
That's
stands
it.
on.
That's it.
Right?
Yep.
It says, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
right.
and they shall be lords of it.
Right.
And I will increase them, and they shall not be
And they
diminished.
shall be lords of it, and he shall increase them. Right. And that's so she is absolutely right, man.
And if I may mention real quick, even you see the pattern in the scriptures that every time there was wickedness done in that land, the Lord always cast those people out.
Yep.
Starting with the Amorites,
Yep.
He did it to
Canaanites,
us, He did it to
yep.
Canaanites,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
So it's just showing you that even now with the wickedness that's going on over there, they about to get cast out.
Yeah.
And then, and not just only that, the Lord said that He was going to set us in order in their faces. So what's going to happen? We're going to go back with a whole new mindset,
Yep.
a better way of thinking, and a better way of living
Well said.
to deal with that land.
Deuteronomy 28:1.
Yeah.
And it shall
Yeah.
come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of thy power, the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Now let me say this to that.
Yeah, you got it.
So, if he's going to set us on high above all nations, Jeremiah, Isaiah, they didn't get that opportunity to be set on high above all nations. So that time is happening now. So these people who are over there, they know who we are. They know what we're doing. We're trying to keep the laws to the best of our ability. We're meditating on the word of the Lord. No other group of people are doing these things. So these prophecies are happening right before their very eyes. And this is why they're in fear of who we are and what we've been doing lately.
To back you, our lady's name is Judas Varnea Shore, and she's an Israeli consul, and the meeting took place in Atlanta.
Spell it for me.
It's Varnai Shore.
N-A-I.
Yep,
V-A-R.
Nai
N-A-I.
Shore, Shorer. And she's an Israeli consul, and the meeting took place in Atlanta amongst so-called black community leaders, is when she said this. So she was amongst, yeah.
She was telling you,
I'm gonna talk a little bit about
she
her.
was telling you, hey, we are afraid of you.
Yeah, she's a bad one. You know what she's talking about.
I got a prayer of Azariah 1. I'll start at verse 5.
We are afraid of you.
And all the things that thou hast brought upon us, and upon the holy city of our fathers, even Jerusalem, thou hast executed true judgment. For according to truth and judgment did thou bring us all these things upon us because of our sins. For we have sinned and committed iniquity departing from thee. In all things have we trespassed and not obeyed thy commandments, nor kept them, neither done as thou hast commanded us, that it might go well with us. Wherefore, all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us,
Somebody go to Lamentations 4, 21, 22.
wherefore all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us, thou hast done in true judgment, and thou did deliver us into the hand of the lawless enemies.
You're right. We were delivered into the hands of the lawless enemy. Right? And so not only were we delivered into the lawless enemy's hands, but our land was delivered into the lawless enemy's hands. Right? And now they're over there, they're in the midst of war. And that war gonna turn up, man. The United States just sent, I believe, 900 troops over there to help out. And it's only gonna get worse. You're gonna run right through them.
Yeah.
900.
Called up the reserves too.
4 Muslim groups.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna run through all of that. You're gonna run through all the reserves. You're gonna be sending over another 900. They're gonna say, oh yeah, That 900 that you just sent.
You need to double that.
We're gonna need another 900. We're gonna ran through that 900.
And that draft is coming too, yeah.
Yeah, man. We've talked about that for a long time, and there was never a situation where it seemed like it was possible. But now it seems like, all right, yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
What also, like what I was making mention earlier, now the war is hot over there because they dropping bombs and the whole shit. But also, they still push that propaganda machine in America to get these people geared up and charged up to get that draft going.
Yeah.
They show all these images, and just like 9/11, that whole shit that went down 9/11, you saw it going crazy. Yeah, ripping their shirt off, they're fucking ripping their shirt, screaming. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, they said 1 million people they had signed up that day, just like they said Pearl Harbor. Prior to the Pearl Harbor incident, they couldn't get anyone to enlist, and they said after Pearl Harbor, which was inside as well, it said it went up into the millions to where people were
This is
signing
why
up.
they keep equating what's going on over there to something that's going to happen here in America. There's something going to pop off that's going to be somewhat related over there to get the people charged up here. Because you saw we're American, yeah, they're fucking gun ho, man.
And in fact, I'm gonna add too, there was this lady in Ukraine, she was crying tears because the ladies that are down past the border, they're trying to get women now in the front line because they're losing a lot of men.
They want to be equal rights, equal fights. Go over there and fight. Stand on the front line, get you a rifle, and get busy.
This is from endtimeheadlines.org, right? And this is prophecy watch. It says, Erdogan, it says threatened to declare war on Israel and send military to Gaza in chilling warning. And that's supposed to be a member of NATO. Turkey's a member of NATO. It says Turkey's president appeared to have threatened to intervene in Gaza in an impassioned speech at a pro-Palestine rally this evening. It says Recep Tayyip Erdogan, it says, delivered a speech to at a rally this afternoon in which he told attendees Israel was responsible for war crimes and framed Hamas as freedom fighters. In the comment that had prompted Israeli outcry and led the country to withdraw its diplomatic presence, President Erdogan suggested assault on Gaza constitute a massacre. In the same speech, he reportedly said that Turkey can come at any night unexpectedly. Let me read that again. It says he reportedly said that Turkey can come at any night unexpectedly to ecstatic reception from hundreds of thousands of attendees.
Look, this is I want to say this is as the scripture says, the beginning of sorrow. These wars are going to turn up. Yep. These wars are going to turn up, and you're going to start seeing more and more countries get involved because they got interest, man. They got interest. And it tells you in Ezekiel 13:38 how Russia was going to be pulling the guard, but be pulling in people from here to here from all these different places. You see, so all that's all happening.
I did a show a couple days ago concerning the bonus if you sign on to their alliance. They're going to give you nuclear missiles, man. And that's huge right there. These small countries that don't have that missile.
I think they also said Iraq just joined the race as well.
Yeah, it's just pump this man out of here.
Joel chapter 3 verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I'm strong.
So like the elder said, all those small nations, now they're getting the same power that America has. Right. Because for a long time, America, we should say, was the big bad wolf. Right, and they had that nuclear missile, and all of these other nations kind of, they got that missile over there, man. I ain't trying to fuck with you, man. You got that ICBM. And now, all these other countries are starting to get those same weapons.
I got a precept.
You could be a punk ass in the midst of 100 people with a gun. As long as you got that gun, they ain't gonna fuck with you. They'll let you walk around with no gun. You gonna bust your shit. And that's how America was throughout all these countries throughout the world. They didn't have no power. America was gonna go around busting shit. Now they gonna make that playing field even.
If I can mention real quick, this is typed in the biggest army in NATO, right? And the U.S. is number 1, right? It says the size of a single biggest army within NATO in terms of personnel according to research.
Turkey.
It says which belongs to the U.S. Perhaps more surprisingly, the NATO member with the second largest military is Turkey, with 447,000 personnel.
Yeah.
So you got a big part of your army or your help going to help the opposing team. So
But
yeah.
they're part of the Islamic nations.
Yeah.
The scripture say, they that be confederate with us.
That's it.
Shala Wundi.
But let me bring this out because this brother said something about everybody. Yeah, read it one more time. Because then what's happening here in Babylon the Great, as you can see, it's a lot of Gen Zs and all these effeminate men running around here. Go ahead, read that.
Back in Joel, right?
Yeah.
Joel, the 3rd chapter, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong.
Yeah, and that's what these other countries are doing. Now here in Babylon, Jeremiah 51 says this: the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes that might have fell. They become as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. So that's what's coming forth here from Babylon the Great. You know,
You gotta understand too, when America gets destroyed, you're still gonna have American troops on the other side of the
that's
earth.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're still gonna be on the other side of the earth. And that's what it's talking about. They're gonna go born in front of them like, oh shit, our land is destroyed.
Yeah.
You know? Now they're gonna be like women. They're gonna be all fucked up. Can you imagine that? They're gonna be over there talking about USA, USA. Next thing you know, you'll catch word that USA has been destroyed. Now you're gonna be like walking around aimlessly.
What's the cause of fighting, right?
Right. You know?
That's why I got to warn before it fell. I mean, when one fell, right, all the military bits was left in and
Yeah.
that was left while all these other land was occupying. They all got overrun by those countries that they were occupying.
Yep.
You know, it's basically the same
Spread
thing.
thin.
America's repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elderman, if I could add, you know, the smoke goes back to show you because the Ottoman Empire started in what is modern day Turkey today, and that went into Russia and stuff like that. So after World War I, when they were taken down, it's like whoever was put in there, yeah, they're buddy because of certain stuff, but if it comes back to getting, as we would say, getting your lick back, they're gonna go back with who they were, who they was with.
Obadiah 1 and verse 7 says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right, and that's going to happen to America. All these countries that America so-called thinks they're in alliance with, all these countries that they helped, they've done all these things for over the years, they're going to turn on you like a rabid dog, man. As thus said the scripture. They're going to turn on you, all right? And then there's going to be no help for Babylon. You're a real Babylon, but you can't be a hero. There's no bouncing back to your prominence. You know, the Lord gave you your time to shine. Now it's over. Now it's your time to go down, man. So it's the bottom line. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jeremiah 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
What we're seeing right now is the hand of the Lord, man. With the prophecies being fulfilled. We're actually witnessing things that were written over 2,000 years ago unfold right before our very eyes. And we as servants of the Lord, we've been telling you about these things when there wasn't a goddamn thing going on, man. From the head apostles on down, man. We've been talking about these things to the point where when we did make mention of it, people thought we were crazy, man. When Russia was at an all-time low, we was talking about Russia's gonna be bouncing back, you know, they were gonna pull hooks in the jaws and bring them back to that old stout hot that they were. People laughed at us, man. And now look.
Say Russia was
Right.
made in the 90s. They say
Right.
Russia is no
No
more.
more.
Russia has fallen.
Right. He was just all it's depleted. This is it, man. This is what's going down. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
And that has not America been that shining, that place of wealth and prominence? Absolutely. People would come to America because they knew they were going to get a good job, get a house, and just live the American way. So the Lord set this place up. The Lord built this place up the way it is, man. Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of the wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right, so there's not just mad, but they're furious right now. Because all the poison that you disseminated throughout the four corners of the earth, man. The way of life that these other countries used to live have been tainted by the American way. All right? And people are fed up, man. Every time you watch a video, somebody's talking about America in these foreign lands, well, the first thing they're going to do is burn the flag. They burn the flag and say, we don't want your poison. Even Vladimir Putin said that. He's like, you don't understand why America is pushing this, this type of mindset on the children of America. You know? They understand what's going on. But here in America, it's a fucking free-for-all. You can let your child do whatever the hell he wants and whatever she wants, and it's okay. If you try to discipline your child for doing something like that, you going to jail, man.
Khan, I was gonna say, cause you had mentioned about burning flags. Over there in the Middle East, shit, if they get a body, they burning the bodies right next to the flag. Like, they don't even get it.
Go ahead.
Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his home country.
Right, wasn't the brother just talking about that? There's going to come a point in time where people going to start getting the hell out of Dodge, whatever country they may be in, going back to their homeland, right? And hey, it's a no-brainer. You need to go somewhere where you feel you're going to be protected. You come here to America, you ain't going to be protected, man. That's evidently clear. Your ass is in danger when you come over here, man. Don't let this money fool you. People come to America to chase that money. That's the only thing they come over here for, because the commercials and the propaganda that they put on TV, they give you that image of come here and live prosperous and do whatever you want, and you can be rich, you can do all this shit, until you finally get over and you find out, wait a minute, I'm going fucking, lost the cinder blocks over here, But this war is coming up, man. This third world war is about to really get hot. These nations are now aligning themselves with their counterparts to do what? To come up against Babylon the Great. It may not seem like it right now, but they're all going to turn. And then, as it says, all the men of that confederacy have brought the even to the border. So they're getting ready, man. Don't think for 1 minute that these other nations are gonna, when a sinking ship goes down, the captain says, I'm going down with the ship. And you got crew members, I'm with you, Captain. Listen, when America starts going down, these other nations are gonna jump ship, man. They ain't going down with you.
And if I'm add too, even in London, image right here showing a bunch of people burning the American flag. So it's not just happening in the Middle East, it's countries around the world who are now getting fed up with America. And they're burning that flag, man. So America's making enemy with everybody.
But the thing about it is, you're not going to know this unless you go to these alternate news outlets and news sites.
Yeah.
The American news broadcasters, they're not going to tell you what's going on.
No, they're not showing down the CNN
In
news.
order to cover up everything that Israel is doing, they cut off all the connections to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
They turn off everything.
Yeah.
But that's also part of the control as well, too, because you mentioned earlier about how they make the men, or they start to push that effeminate on the male children, right, and all that unlawful acts, right? But that's to weaken the people, so they don't fight against the control of the power that's in control. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with the information. If you're limited to information, and you have to go to somebody to get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You ever talk to somebody, you're like, nah, this is what's happening. You're like, what?
Yeah, you don't get you crazy.
And they be looking at you like you like.
And that's when you just gotta keep in mind, like, all right,
You on your own.
don't even waste your breath, man. Don't even waste your breath.
And if I'm gonna add too, I don't know if you guys saw the video that I uploaded in the group chat where the lady told that CNN news was saying that you lied. She was faking the funk, creating a fake story to get the Americans to kill, the Israelis. It was all a smoke and mirror for propaganda to get everybody to turn against the Palestine. And when we caught to and call a lie right to her face in front of everybody. And when she got caught in her lies, she was stunned. She couldn't say anything. Yeah, so the truth is out there, man. The truth is out, and that's the reason why they want to get rid of TikTok. Because, and they still trying to get rid of TikTok because TikTok is showing things that they will not show in CNN News and Fox News.
Good, bro. Back up with Micah 5:12. And I'll put up witchcraft out of thine head, and thou shalt have no more sorcery. Thy graven image also thy cut off, and thy stained image out of the midst of thee. Thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hand, and I'll prop up thy grove out of the midst of thee. So shall I destroy thy city, and I'll execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as thee have not heard.
That's right. The Lord's going to perform it, man. Everything that this country has done has been wicked. And that's why the scripture says the sins have reached up into the heavens, man. And this place, it's going to be destroyed. There's no ifs and buts about it. You know, you worry about all these other nations. Please worry about all the other nations. They gave billions of dollars to Ukraine. Now, Ukraine's just a memory. It's a long lost memory. You know? So now the question is, the American people should be asking, well, where's their money at? Where's the money that I put that's set over here? That's what they should be asking themselves. You see? It's a long lost cause. You know, again, witchcraft, smoke and mirrors. Gets the people all riled up and food up, and next thing you know, people believe everything they hear. You got something else?
Yeah, I just got a quick article posted 5 days ago from I think Axios.com. It says Americans' trust in media plummet to historic low. It shows a poll. It says, I'm just reading a little bit. It says Americans' trust in media has fallen to a historic low according to the new polling from Gallup. It says why it matters. Trust in media had previously dropped to 32% in 2016 before rebounding slightly. Those gains have essentially been wiped out according to the poll. Details. Only 32% of the population report having a great deal or a fair amount of confidence that the media reports the news in a full, fair, and accurate way. So
These people delusional. They're truly delusional. If you haven't learned by now that the majority of the shit that you see on TV is fucking bullshit, then you got something wrong.
they read off the teleprompters as well. So everything that they're telling you is already scripted.
And you gotta give it to Donald Trump for the mere fact that even though they're all set up, but at the end of the day, he was the only one that was pushing fake news. You know, can you imagine that? A president going around talking about fake news? That's huge, man.
They knew he knew that they was going to use that to lie on him and try to get him up out of there.
You know, that's huge. To sit there and say that this country that I'm the head of is pushing propaganda, fake news, if you will. So go ahead.
I got Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right, this is not our rest. All right? This is not our rest. I'm not to be sent over. You are sent over here to ground you down to be a part of this system. Be steadfast in being patriotic. Right? This is not our kingdom, man. This is not our rest. We just passing through here. For us servants, we've been set up to be prophets to speak about the downfall of this place, man. That's what it is, man. Go ahead.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction.
And you're seeing it right now, man. The food, you know, the water, the shit that you're learning. This is nothing but a cesspool of destruction. It will destroy you, even with a sword of destruction. So there's no good that's going to come out of this place, man. Even more so now in these last days that we're living in. It's just getting worse and worse. These devils know they're on their last leg, man. Because they're letting a lot of shit slide. You know, what I mean by that is there's things that are going on in the world that they really don't pay attention to anymore. Or I should say in this country. Letting a lot of shit slide. You got Jeremiah?
Yep, Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. Yep. Start at verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. Now who's doing that? You don't see them so-called those Israelis over there out on the corners, on the highways and byways with the sign. You don't see them talking that. That's why the lady said the biggest threat we have to worry about are the African Americans. Why? Because we're doing exactly what the scripture said we were doing in these last days. Prophesying about the downfall of this place. And it's no secret, man. people know when you think about a Hebrew Israelite, what are you gonna think of? They talk about the destruction of America. They talk about the wars of black men. Those are the main ingredients that people focus in on, right? And when they say America, we say America's gonna be destroyed, they get taken back. Like, why would they look at us like, why would you want that? Because the majority of the people who don't want this place to be destroyed are living a decent life. They're comfortable. Living a decent life, man. But for us who are in turmoil and have been out, listen, we've been in turmoil, our parents have been in turmoil, our parents' parents, their parents, going all the way back, man. Even to the very present day, we're still in turmoil. And this is why when the Lord say, wait upon me, trust in him, this is exactly what we're doing. We ain't trusting in nobody else on this planet, man. We don't give a goddamn who comes down here talking about we'll give you a house, get up on the 20th floor up there, this and that. Just don't come out here. Just don't come out now. Kiss my ass. May that building be destroyed, but you winning. How about that?
I want to mention real quick too, because you had mentioned about they're not prophesying over there. They don't even believe in the Messiah.
Right.
And Revelation 19 and 10 said the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. So that shows you real talk, like real deal, like who's pushing the spirit of prophecy? Who's speaking of Yahweh Shai?
You know, because in some of these scholars, they've examined the things that we've said. And a lot of them probably never even read the things that we've been speaking about and prophesying about. But then they looked into it and they said, wait a minute, shit, these guys, this is right on the money. You know, these guys got something, they got something here. What is this, you know?
I got a quote from Isaac Newton.
That's
kind
my
of,
man.
Kind of backing up with his brother
My man,
read in Jeremiah. Isaac Newton, he said date of birth is 1642 to 1747, and it says about the times of the end.
This is where we're living right now, the time of the end. Now listen closely now.
About the times of the end, a body of men will be raised up who will turn their attention to the prophecy and insist upon their literal interpretation in the midst of much clamor and opposition.
Isn't that now? Who does that fit? Man? Who does that fit? And if you look from 2008 on to present day, a body of men has been risen up, man. I mean, men have come out. Some have different doctrines, but the point of it all being, they all understand they're Israelites. You see, this is what that crux is. Yeah, is there association of different doctrines? Absolutely. But the common denominator is what? They know that they're Israelites. And it says in much clamor. Isn't it? It's always comical when we're on the highways and byways. People, yeah, right. Yeah.
It says, oh, we are respectable to the world.
That's right. That's right. You see? But have we not done that? Have we not turned our thoughts and our hearts to the prophecies? And this is why it's scary for all you people out there. Here you have Isaac Newton. What was the year he was born and died?
It said 1642 to 1747.
Now he was prophesying right here. He was prophesying. He said about the time of the end. I believe he was. Right, but can you imagine that when he made that statement at some point in time, during his lifetime? They was probably like, what are you talking about, man?
Jake was still slaves at that time.
Jake was still right. So no one had ever thought in their right mind that these people would be somebody on the streets. Because they thought slavery was going to be forever. They thought we was going to be shackled and chained forever. They didn't see, but they forgot the power of Yahweh. They forgot the Lord was going to come back to redeem his people and put them back into remembrance. And here we are. They'll cock something back into remembrance. Well, Hitler, that's all they. You know, you go and you say something on like they get all choked up. Like, 6,000, man. 6,000. 6 million. Right. 6 million. Yeah, roughly. But every time we out here and we speaking at it, somebody comes up and they get all touched, they get all emotional. But you know, nobody cares about the North American Indian. Nobody cares about the so-called Negro. That, I mean, shit. I mean, again, they get all busted up, man.
King Leopold III, he did a massive slaughter on the people. That was way worse than what
60 million.
They don't speak
60.
slick about that.
Leopold killed between 15 and 20 million.
That's a
That's a hit. That's a hit, boy. That's a hit. You know? And nobody talk about it. I had a book
That was I get to one of the conferences. I had a book though. And then this book I had found in one. I used to go to like little thrift stores. Sometimes people, donate shit. I found this book in there, and it was all about the Holocaust. And it said in the Holocaust they had to segregate, the Jews because there was some type of disease, but they had doctors, recreational centers where they would, keep them busy. Yeah, but the propaganda machine gives it to you as, they were initiated. It was in that condition because there was a disease that was running rampant.
Yeah.
And Hitler knew that as well, man. And that's why he said he quoted, if anyone takes such as a shoe latchet from these people, and Hitler said, I'm gonna put you to death.
Yeah.
Because that shit was spreading like wildfire.
What was it like typhoid?
Yes, like
typhoid fever, something like that.
And in fact, I don't remember the guy's name, but way back then, back in I think 6, 8 years ago, there was a video about this so-called Jewish man who was revealing that the Holocaust was not really what they make it seem to be. Yeah. He's saying that those guys down there, they was living good with Hitler. He himself was saying it, and they demonized him in that TV show. I don't know what type of TV show it was, but it was a show in the 80s when he was speaking about it, saying that the reason why they kept him in one little spot because a lot of them got that scurvy disease, and to prevent that from spreading throughout European, Hitler did what he did. If you had let them go, the whole entire European region would get caught up in that disease.
Right. Again, but history as we know it has been so curved that nobody even knows what the true history is, man.
I remember I was in school, they played that movie, I think it's called The Pianist. And I think they tried to play it as it took part in that time.
Right.
That played on the mind. Like, damn, that's messed up. But you come to realize it ain't what it is.
Go ahead.
Colin, I have an article from CNN that says European colonizers killed so many Native Americans that it changed the global climate. European settlers killed 56 million indigenous people over about 100 years in South, Central, and North America, causing swarms of farmland to be abandoned and reforested. Researchers at the University College of London estimate.
I think it's 15 million. And that's probably low numbers. Because sometimes Esau don't want to put true numbers out there.
And they made the buffalo go extinct. Yeah, you have that photo of all the buffalo skulls because to them it was every dead buffalo was a dead so-called Native American.
That's right. You started them out, man.
Yeah, so they made them go extinct.
Again, the wickedness of Edom, Esau Edom, it goes unnoticed. And that's the problem. But let us come out on the highways and byways. And this video might be clipped, man. The channel might be clipped because of what we're talking about. We want to bring up the dirty deeds of Esau Edom, and all of a sudden there's a problem all of a sudden. That's the buffaloes, right?
Yeah.
Put that on the. I'm sure y'all brothers are familiar with that, but that's the buffalo skulls. It's the star of the buffalo. Esau knew exactly what he was doing, man. Starve them out. What they do to the Messiah. They did that with the Messiah. No food coming in, no food going out. Starve them out.
Rockets in siege.
That's right. Yep. Go ahead.
Australia too. 35 million they give.
Yeah. Listen, man. It just goes to show you how no other humanity matters but Esau Edom, man. They'll destroy countless people. Look what they did Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. They done dropped bombs over there on innocent people.
And the people were German. Now I say German. The Japanese were ready to surrender.
Yeah, just to flex their
They were
muscle.
ready to surrender.
And then Esau knew that they were going to surrender, but they wanted to drop that bomb anyway.
Flex their muscle.
That's it. Talking about we want to send a message that Esau said. We want to send a message. And then they tried to double back and say, oh, we got miscommunication, and we didn't realize that the message had been sent, it was in the machine, or whatever. What's some bullshit?
Elderman, if I may add, because you just had that movie Oppenheimer, it goes to show how wicked they are. The way they were doing the data on Fat Boy and Little Man, which was atomic bomb names, in the desert, and these devils turned around and said, let's get data on real people, and that's why they let Pearl Harbor happen. Yeah, man, it just goes to show you how wicked they are. Like,
right. But again, Esau doesn't go without counting the cost. He knows exactly what he's doing. You know, he's skilled. He's skilled. He's a skilled devil. All right, this one.
Isaiah 25 verse 7, and he will destroy this mountain, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil.
Start it over.
Isaiah 25 verse 7, and he will destroy this mountain, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Right. We're going through that. You know, because Esau and all these other nations had went to different lands, taking on that identity. That's pretty much the veil that has covered all nations. You know, you got people running around talking about what these people, with that, with this and that. But all this is going to be straightened out, man. It's going to be straightened out when the Lord comes back to destroy this place. And rightfully so. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And then went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right.
And that they should kill one another, and they was given unto him with sword.
And who's that? And who fits that picture? You know, who's that MO? That's Esau. He fits that description. All right. It goes about taking life from the earth. You know, even in the movie, he says he's the harbinger of death. You know, Esau meditates on blood. He meditates on death, man. That's what he does. He goes about his daily life, figuring out how he can torture people, how he can make somebody suffer. All right. Everything that we eat is poison, man. And it ain't killing us right away, but it's a slow killing process, man. All this food, this shit ain't even food, man. Now it's been being brought out that a lot of this food is nothing but humans, man. Y'all get a chance to check out that movie Soylent Green. It's an old movie. Soylent Green. Soylent Green was like a green little cookie that everybody was, going crazy over. And at the end of the day, I think it was Charlton Heston. He found out that the Soylent Green was people. At the end of the movie, he's screaming, "It's people! Soylent Green is the people!" You know? But it's no different today.
Yeah.
You don't think they're putting fetus,
McDonald's?
all kinds of shit in people, man?
Yeah, man. A rabbi, they had him on audio saying like, what happens to all those missing people's bodies? And yeah,
Body parts.
he said it ends up in your sausage sandwich, which you ain't supposed to be eating, by the way.
Right.
And then real quick too, and then recently, honest guy heard it, he was on the news. They found part of human body part in a somewhere in the store, cut up and put, in a wrap, in meat grinder, in ground beef. They found,
Oh yeah, man, they found someone's dentures in the grounded
Are you
beef.
surprised? Are you surprised though? I mean, really? I mean,
That's that gristle.
shit. I'll be shocked if there is no human bones up in shit, man.
Perfect,
That's
right?
what, oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? You saw?
100%
You
beef.
fucking slipping, dog.
Grass-fed, I think.
Right.
And then there was this lady, Jake, when she went to McDonald's one time and bought a burger, and she felt like what was like a human nipple.
Yeah.
In that burger, when she pushed it out, everybody thought that she was lying. She mixed it up, but she said it was 100% true. She bought it from McDonald's, and then she opened up the burger, and then she realized that the human nipple was in that burger. But then again, this connect all the time. When the woman was saying that, we do all the missing children, we grind them up, we put them in public areas, the public restaurants like McDonald's, Burger Kings, and Wendy's. McDonald's the most famous brand, we put them all out over there, so they eat babies, So he said that all that in the audio, and that was like, that came out like 10 years ago, 2006, and then now it's surfaced now. Look what's happening. And now you hear in the news they found human body part in the stores, So he's telling the truth.
Just a quick precept. Revelation 6 and verse 4. That there went out another horse that was red. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And that was just the back that brother, that article the brother back brought out, going into how they wiped out the natives to the point where everything started to grow. It's also known as the Orbis spike, which is CO2 content was low at the lowest point. It was like the record breaking because which again, all the trees and stuff was coming back. But that's the same time. They say from 1942 to 1610 is that time period that they analyzed. And you know, around that time, that's when Columbus came. You know, they said there was trading species back and forth. But you can put that as slaves. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
I got a precept. This second Esdras 6 and 18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. And that's how we all, that's how we know that, our captivity is almost over. Because, when Putin gives those little speeches that he has, or his little meetings that he has, when he goes inside churches and stuff, it's always behind him. He got the real pictures of the saints behind him. And then he says key phrases from out of the scriptures that mean that the war is drawing nigh.
That's where these Russian icons come from.
Yeah,
that's
Russian
what they call them,
icons.
Russian icons.
Yep.
They know who the Lord is. They know what the Lord's people look like. They don't know it. We're here in America. Again, that propaganda machine pushed it, man. That's why the Lord's gonna come back to destroy this place. And it's the most wicked place on the planet, man.
America's supposed to be known as a God-fearing nation, right? A one nation under God, as they say, right? Complete opposite.
It's true. It's God.
The nation of the Satan. Jeremiah 15.
Scripture says the God of this world.
Yeah, 15, 14. Fed up with this place, man. Go ahead, man, be ready.
Jeremiah 50 and 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon, round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord.
See that? She has sinned against the Lord. America's going to get shot at, man. It's going to be shot at from everywhere that bends the bow. Now, we said earlier, Russia and
Turkey?
Berkeley is gonna start giving missiles out to anybody that joins that unit, man. Anybody that joins that unit is gonna be back with some thermonuclear missiles, man. And that's why I said shoot at her. Spare no arrows. So everybody that's gonna have that arrows gonna shoot them arrows, man. Because she has sinned against the Lord. We've been going through a whole litany of things that this place has done that's contrary to what the Lord wants, man. So you know what? It's about time. Give me Revelation 9 and 12. 9 and 12.
Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. And he says, one woe is past.
One woe is past. What does woe represent? War, destruction. One woe is past. And Esau loves to talk about history. Oh yeah, war one. This is my grandfather. War, the men of the, and even to this day, there was a few of them that was still alive. They had them on every Veterans Day. They come strolling in
With the hat, they got the
hat on, all kinds of trinkets and shit, dazzling off their chests and everything. And everybody's all standing up. They was a part of prophecy. They have been a part of prophecy as well.
Revelation 9 verse 12. One way is past, behold, there will come two more after.
And again, the history of Esau, World War I and World War II is a very big thing in this country. To the point where they're still making movies to this very day about World War I and World War II, man. Something that happened many years ago. They're still basing some of their history off of these wars, man. You see? So they're thirsty for war. They're thirsty for blood. They glorify war. They glorify victory here in Babylon, man. Not that anybody wouldn't glorify victory, but at the cost of how they get the victory, lie, cheat, steal. I mean, they'll lay in wait for your ass in the cut, man. What do you got?
Similar. Revelations
14, 11 and 14. Come.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe comes quickly.
Right, the third woe is coming quickly. Now we here, man. Now the Lord has blessed us to be a part of this thing, man. It's a blessing to be a part of it. We ain't just walking around aimlessly talking about, we are focused, man. The scriptures say we ought to be in meditation of the prophecies, man. And this is exactly what we're doing because we're now seeing it. being blessed with that vision of the ability of understanding what's happening right now. You know how many people, you know how many masses of the world, all these billions of people on this planet that have no fucking clue? The Lord has blessed us to have that understanding, man. It says the third woe cometh quickly. Alright? So as far as we're concerned, the third woe is here. It is now popped off with Israel as it being what? The least of the flock. Because now everybody's starting to come out. Yeah. Now everybody's starting to, show that, shake off the dust and like, all right, what's going on? We heard a little commotion over there. What's going on? We gotta get ourselves together. And that's what people do when the fucking commotion starts, man. We live in the neighborhood or a fight break out. Shit, trying to raise up like, all right, these other nations are doing the same thing. But not understanding on their behalf that this is prophecy that's bringing them together. This is all the word of the Lord that is written in the scriptures, right? If you go and tell some of these people that are on the front lines, this is the scriptures, they ain't gonna believe you. They're not gonna believe you, man. Because the Bible is just a book that was written by man.
Yo, I gotta bring this out. So
Go ahead, brother.
back to Sir Isaac Newton.
Go ahead, bring it out now.
He also quoted, "We account the scriptures of the Most High to be the most sublime philosophy. I find more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than any profane history whatsoever."
You see that? So again,
I'm just looking at my knowledge of history. When in 181, that guy, what is his name? The guy from Septimus Severus. Septimus Severus was in England. He's an Israelite. He conquered that area. He was in England. He's the one that built up London. Isaac Newton is from England.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an Israelite. I wouldn't be surprised. But what Esau does is he covers the faces of everybody. He puts himself to be. Look at Yahushua. He put himself to be the Lord. So it's no marvel that you see Sir Isaac Newton, white boy with blonde hair, gray hair, sitting in there, that look on his face. But that's what Esau does, because when you are given a kingdom, you're gonna set that kingdom up to your liking. You move into a house, they're gonna set that house up to your liking. So we ain't surprised that every character that we read about and we speak about, King David. They got King David as an Edomite running around. Everybody, the whole gamut, man. They took over. It's their kingdom. They took over.
Pharaoh, who is an Egyptian, as a white man.
Right. Moses said, "Fuck it, everybody's Edomite. Everybody's Edomite." Moses, the whole shit, man.
I know that they never should have seen it. Egypt is white. Yeah, they should have bought this.
Yeah. That's Esau for you. Like Isaac Smith. But again, we are not surprised at the things that we have been seeing and the things that we've been reading and studying. Right? You have to sift your way through these things. What's my man? The first president, black president there. James, Henson. Yes, Henson. So at the house, my stepson, he was going through school or whatever, right? And we got on something with John Hanson. So this brother had made a plaque years ago. I still got it.
I still have the plaque.
Yeah, I still got it. Right? It's not really a plaque, but it's laminated, So I showed the little guy, "Hey, listen to that, man, black president right here." So he went to school and told the teacher. She's like, "Oh, no." I said, "I'll prove it to you," right? So I guess I wasn't there, but he told me. So he went online and pulled up James Hanson, the white guy sitting there, So the kid comes over and says, "Yeah, I thought he was black." What are you talking about? He was James Hanson. I said, "Wait," I said, "Why you say that?" He goes, "I'll show you." So he goes over the computer and shows his shit. Typed in his fucking name. Yeah, man. Like I pulled up, I was like,
Can't trust those Google searches.
I really didn't expect to win that one. I didn't know he was going to go to school and say something. But he did. But that's fine. But again, Esau has this thing sold up, man. It's all sold up on every angle, every corner. Esau got exactly King James. Yeah. King James. Esau got him looking like a white boy again.
I saw King James when I went to London. I saw him in the museum. He's black.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
First
But
emperor of
again,
Rome.
When anytime you go on the internet, everything that is white, that is black, that refers to a black person, they show you white.
That's right.
You want to say something?
It's just like just like the other said, right? Like Christ, you know, like you know, if we call Jesus Christ, we shouldn't be a house shop, by the way. You know, that's his true name. But look at Brazil, right?
Everybody was like,
I don't know nobody named White.
That's kind of what I'm saying. But to show you, man, how Esau has fully completely, brainwashed the whole entire world, especially the people from this tribe. He built a huge, big ass
Jeremiah
statue.
49:11.
You know, a big ass statue. You know, of the house shot. Painted as a white man, standing right there at the top of the mountain.
Brazil.
In
Yeah, but I think
the
I
whole
let
world now.
lightning broke that shit.
In Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, that shit keep
In
getting
Brazil.
hit by lightning.
This is crazy though. But that's Esau for you.
You know, we ain't surprised.
Yes.
We ain't surprised. I mean, the Lord did not the Lord. Give me what I called for. Jeremiah 49. Yep, give me Jeremiah 49, and brother, give me Job 9 and 9. Very brother.
Jeremiah 49 verse 11, right? Verse 10. Good. But I have been Esau bare, Jeremiah 49 verse 10. But I have been Esau bare, I have uncovered secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. He sees his spoil, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and his nut. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widow trust in me. For thus says the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, have I shall drink it, and art thou he, thou shalt also be punished. Thou shalt not be punished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
That's right, and this is we're coming into that time where he's going to drink of that. Even though the Lord has raised him up to be the ruler of this world, and it doesn't seem like anybody can take him down, and nobody can take him down. That's why the Lord set him up last, so the Lord can destroy his ass. You know, this thing ain't just by coincidence, man. You saw him walking around with all his might by coincidence, man. The Lord put him in this position for a reason. And the Lord made him as strong as he is for a reason. It's not just going to be, Esau just going to come over and hand over the key. Here is Jake, here you go. No, Esau is going to take any and everybody else he can possibly take out, man. He going to go out on his shield. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bosra shall become a desolation, a reproach, and a waste, and a curse, and all the city thereof shall be a perpetual waste.
Right, this place is going to be a desolation and a waste, man. This is the modern day Bosra, modern day Sid, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? This place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Now it's becoming much more clearer to those non-believers out there. Because now we're dealing with a lot of different nations that have that nuclear capability, right? And it's going to have to come to nuclear capability. It's going to have to come to nuclear war. Just look at that shit that was going. Look what's going on, man. It's going to have to come to nuclear war. There's going to be no other answer for it, right? Especially when America starts getting, getting hot and heavy over there. We're going to have no choice but to send missiles over there. And who knows? We don't know who's going to shoot first, but you best believe they're going to be shot. The missiles are going to be shot. You goddamn right, they're going to be shot, man. All right, go ahead.
Back up real quick. Isaiah 9 verse 5. From every battle of the warrior, it will confuse noise. The garments will in blood, but this shall be burning in fuel fire.
Like, you look at that movie 300. You look at that movie 300. That's how war used to be fought. That's how battles were fought. Garments rolled in blood, up close and personal. That's how it was, man. But this is going to be a fuel of fire. All right? Vernon von Braun did a great thing when the Lord set him up, man. To create that rocket. And that rocket is going to be sent from one end of the earth into the other end of the earth, bringing much destruction. So to the book of Joel, much destruction with that warhead. That's going to burn America and many other various parts of this world. Go ahead.
We got 2nd Ezra 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Right, and the Lord's right hand is strong. That's whose hand is speaking of. The Lord's hand. The strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. All right, now when we get to the book of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, the Lord said he's going to smite that bow. Go ahead.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss.
That's right.
When they-
Now, when those arrows get shot, what is the main component of those nuclear missiles, man? Those GPS locations. You know, when you get in your car and you put the coordinates in, and it's going to take you right to your destination. Same with them thermonuclear missiles, man. It's going to take the latitude, longitude. They got it all right down to a science, right down to a square inch, man, right there. You can, I mean, Esau can put a goddamn missile right in the middle of that goddamn circle, that star right there, man, from fucking 4,000 miles away, man. So believe us, when we speak about these things, you know, we're telling you this is going to go down. And again, we give all praise to Yahweh Shai that we have the ability to tell you these things, man. Go ahead.
Eldam, in the back, you a couple of years ago, you had the nations sending up their satellites that were getting closer here. That's gonna help, man, with that navigation.
Yeah, you know, that whole navigation thing was absolutely fabulous when it first came out. People were in awe. You had a little device in your car plugged into your lighter, and you just punch in the directions and it takes you right there, man. That was fucking fascinating.
Garmin.
But by the time
Yeah,
we got the technology, Esau was fucking light years ahead of us, man. Esau had it way before everybody, you know, could think twice about it, man. You know?
Black woman invented the
Listen, brother. Our people invented damn near everything on this fucking planet, man. Right? It's just that Esau just took it over. You know?
If I may add, that also gonna prophecy when I said, well, none shall break her ranks. That's right. Their missiles, the technology, they can swerve out of path or direction, but it still got that target.
Right, we're gonna have a missile probably about 5 feet above the other one.
It's like sensors. Like,
Yeah.
you know how cars have the sensors on the sensors.
To rebound.
Just look at the they call them surface to air missiles. You know, the jet be flying, they launch some fucking missiles, and you know, it has a little tracking device. It's like a heat sensor missile, but it's like a tracking device. I mean, how just the technology to have that shit go down is crazy, man. Here you got a jet flying, and this missile is falling by the heat from the engine of the jet, man. And there's a movie out that's Behind Enemy Lines, and they show a scene where they get in the jet and they shoot that, they call them sand. They shoot that sand rocket, and they're like, yo, they shot, pull up. That motherfucking missile going, man. They chase them all around. That shit's impressive, man.
That's why they started putting the flares on the
The
back
flares,
of the jet.
flares. Yep, they drop them flares, boom, 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 to divert the missiles. It's the heat source.
In anti-air, counter-attack, you know, and in fact, oh, you done better? And then now this is an article from Walters.com. He says U.S. must be ready for stimulus. Simultaneous war with China and Russia, reports say.
In other words, there's going to be all types of wars going on at the same time.
Simultaneously.
Right, there's going to be all types of wars going on at the same time.
But they still sending troops even over to Ukraine. They still helping out the Ukraine with that situation.
Plus they got the Taiwan. You don't hear about that on the news?
I mean, before the fall of Rome, they did what? They spread their military all over the damn place. America's doing the very same thing. It's going to be, and again, who's going to be able to protect this place?
The US are moving over like 1,000 military bases.
Yeah.
And they all
But the question is, who's going to protect this place, man?
Even what's his name, Kim Jong Un was even going. I guess now that this issue going on with Israel and Hamas, that Kim Jong Un is now thinking about attacking South Korea.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
It's smart, yeah, man. Speaking as a
There was
minister.
this analyst on Redacted News, and you know he was saying that back in the day, he was saying that America could fight 2.5 wars. But he said what's going on now. He said he said we don't have ground support at all.
None.
He said I don't know what they're gonna do, but he said the numbers they dropped off.
Yeah.
And he was like, there's nobody filling that number. And then there was one report, he also said all the ammo that we gave to the Ukrainians, they spent it up within a month's time. He said all that ammo, for us to regather that ammo that we gave them, would take us probably 10 years or more to get back that storehouse of ammo. So he said it's over. He said, I don't know what else to tell you.
And
He's a realist.
Yeah.
He's being a realist. He's seeing the future of America is grim. Right? Nobody else. There's not too many people that are brave enough to say that. You know, especially that these.
He used to be a weapons inspector. He's saying the same thing. Say if America go to war against Iran, that they're going to lose.
That's true. The only thing America's going to have to lean on is the so-called defense system. It's the defense system. If that's even going to fail, it ain't going to. Nobody. You know, they send all their troops all over the goddamn world. All right. The scripture said they need to keep that home. There's nobody here. They don't stay here. So when shit goes down, they're not worried about the troops coming here. There's not going to be troops coming here. The nuclear missiles are coming here. All right? You may have troops here that's going to do some rounding up, but as far as actually physically attacking this place, the thermonuclear missiles are going to destroy this place, man.
And you said the only thing America got is the pride.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that's
That's
going to
it.
motivate them people to fight, but
That's
it's a
it.
losing battle.
Even that pride's gonna fail after that first ass whooping.
Yeah.
That first, you know, you watch Mr. Arsenal fighters, yo, come all this shit, and they smash around like, oh shit. It's simple of this, you know? Think about this now.
Can't do it.
It said about here, right? It said the United States must prepare for possible simultaneously war with Russia and China by expanding its conventional forces.
Listen, that's
strengthening.
why it says all the men of the Confederacy, it's not just going to be simultaneous wars with Russia and China, but there's going to be all the nations, man. They're going to be fighting everybody. And then to keep the house, they're going to hide their asses. They're going to try to go up to the stars and go into the dirt.
Yep.
But that's it, man. That's when they're going to start running.
You even have it over there in Africa. You got the Africans going against the French. They telling them people to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's an ally to America. So, just like how South Korea and North Korea going at it, Iran and Israel, it just show you that all the players, like you said, is set in place,
Yeah,
man.
man. Everything's it.
That's right.
Everything's it. Now the game. Let the games begin. Right? Let the games begin. You know, everybody strategizes. You know, there was a game called Battleship. You strategize. You put your ship here. You're like, all right, let me put my ship over here because I don't think he'll ever go to that corner. You know, and that's how these countries set themselves up in the race, man. The scriptures tell you that. Put yourselves in the race against Babylon, round about. See, go ahead.
And he says, strengthening their alliance, of course, America, allow allegiance, allow control allegiance with America are going to turn their back on them. You know?
Obadiah.
And he says, strengthen the alliances, and enhancing its nuclear weapon, modernizing program.
Right.
So basically, this article, man, you know, the strategists, we saying that, you know, we gotta get yourself ready because it's gonna come a point in time, man. It's gonna escalate, man. And you know, Russia, a lot of elites is gonna join Russia, and they're gonna form that one big coalition army to go against the United States. America's gonna be by herself, but people still think that, oh, America's still gonna have the alliance. You got people that say the comic book saying that, oh, America, don't worry about it. America got people on they got help, they got Britain on their side, you know, they got Germany on their side, they got the NATO, but people don't understand that of those very some countries down on your side, they're gonna start joining the winning side. You know, you ever heard the term said, if you get beat them, join them? That's what's gonna happen.
Mark, if you're a German, how would you stand with America when America cut off the thing that make you economically powerful?
That's the spirit, man. I was gonna say that about the whole thing with Ukraine.
When they cut off the thing that make you economically powerful.
Scripture says, you know, going to turn against them.
I got that. That's the scripture. Revelation 17. verse 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hit the wall, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her fire. For the Most High put in the heart to fulfill His will, and to agree to give the kingdom unto the beast, unto the word of the Most High to be fulfilled."
Right, and the key thing there, and shall burn her with fire. This is how America's going to go down, with fire, man. And she'll burn her with fire. That should be the slogan. Burn her with fire.
I like that.
You know? And these other nations are gonna get that missile, they're gonna launch that bitch over here to burn her with fire. Go ahead.
Isaiah 13 and 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Now, how did the Lord overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? He burnt them with fire. All right? So this place, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, is going to be burnt with fire. This is simple, man. This is simple mathematics, if you will. Here you go. Go ahead.
Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
See that? This place will never be inhabited. You know, we always tell people when America gets destroyed, that's it. You know, and their minds, they can't compute the thought process of this place never being inhabited again. Because they're thinking, what's going to happen to my kids, my kids' kids? That's how they're thinking. They're thinking longevity to be here forever and ever. America's going to be destroyed. You ain't going to be around here no more. Your kids ain't going to be here. Their kids and their grandkids. Nobody's going to be over here, man. It's going to be a dwelling place for doleful creatures, man. Go ahead.
Neither shall
bombs will destroy America. They are three of the biggest bombs that Russia have. They still make America a desert.
Yeah, they're going to.
It's a desert.
They're going to. All the missiles are going to hit this place. It's going to be absolutely all this shit here, the cement, these buildings, these trees, everything. You know, a lot. You goddamn right. A lot of confusion.
It says the elements shall melt
Fervent heat. Okay. So there's gonna be nothing over here, man. And Lord willing, we're gonna be up on high looking down. This is gonna be a fearful sight to look upon, man. You know, we say this because it says in the remnant we're fighting. Why are we gonna be a fighter? We're gonna be looking down, seeing the destruction of America and how great it's going to be, man. We're gonna see the earth real to and fro. That's gonna be a sight to behold, man. You know, when Noah went on the ark before the Lord destroyed the earth with water, don't you think he thought about all those people that he knew? Yeah. All those people that was, he was cool with. You know. I'm looking like no. And the very same thing's gonna happen when the Lord destroys this place. You know, I mean, again, we don't truly know. We know it's gonna be destroyed. We know it's gonna be burnt. But the mindset that we're gonna be in, we may be looking down like, oh shit. I wonder if so and so made it out here. Yeah. I wonder if he, you know, who knows, man. But that's how it's gonna be. Man. That's how it's gonna go down. The scripture says, "In the remnant were frightened," because we're gonna see how massive the destruction is gonna be. That's gonna burn this place, man. And, again, thinking about when the scripture says in Isaiah, the earth is gonna reel to and fro like a drunken. There's gonna be people on the earth feeling that shit, man. They're gonna be feeling that shit. Just think, when they drop them bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? The damn pilot says his teeth, the feelings in his teeth were hurting because the blast was so powerful. All right? That was just some atomic shit. Now we're going nuclear. Not only are we going nuclear, it's gonna be millions of missiles, man. Go ahead.
Plus, you had that fire in California, that black in the sky in Australia.
That's right. Shit, the fucking fire.
Yeah.
That shit, that blackness, them twin towers, they went down. That shit, they said they seen the smoke from the satellites, for miles and miles up, man. And the scriptures tell you that in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter.
They even mentioned they compared the heat from a thermonuclear missile. They compared to the sun. So that's like literally dropping the sun on America.
That's why I said the elements are gonna melt with fervent heat.
I got a quick article for you, now. This is from independent.co. And he says, developer released nuclear war simulator game on the screen to let people experience the horror of warfare. And he says a new game, nuclear war simulator, is intended to allow people to experience the full horror of modern warfare.
I'm not into games, but that might be one I might go get.
So there was actually a video, of it being in VR, where you put on the headset and it shows like you look around and then it happens, you see the flash and then now
it's on the
everything's on
VR.
fire. So yeah, it's on the internet.
Listen, we that brother used to be in the camp, Ariel Gabar. He was a gamer, and he showed me this game where it was done here in Boston in the State House. It was the nuclear destruction.
Fallout.
Oh, Fallout 4.
Yeah, I don't
It was
know.
right here.
Walking all up inside the State House and shit. I'm like, oh shit. But again, it just goes to show you, all these people know what the outcome is gonna be of this place, man. It's just inevitable.
So much of the same
man.
conversation,
The theme is all the
lining up,
same.
yeah.
If I may, I do have like when you look at the missiles, like
Boston is one of the cities that will be targeted.
it's just that's what I was saying. Like when you look at the missile destination, the major cities are Boston, California, Washington, New York.
Those major cities. Now, and again, with that being said,
Certain cities where they're doing a lot of experiments, where they're doing the experiment.
America's gonna be destroyed. If this shit's gonna be destroyed, I don't give a goddamn what city you talking about. It's gonna be destroyed, man. We talking like,
He said Texas.
this bitch is going down, baby. Shit, the next thing you know, you're gonna have motherfuckers trying to escape to North Dakota. North Dakota. On the map we looked at,
What's that movie? Deep Impact. When they went on the damn mountain.
Fuck this motherfucker, this bitch going down. There's nowhere to hide to, baby.
And he says, the game let people create their own nuclear weapon. You wet them at places on the map and then see what damage it would cause. And he said,
Listen, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, a lot of people is gonna take this shit as entertainment. We know this is life right here, man. This is a matter of life and death right here. You know, Esau's gonna put it out there to keep you entertained. And that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to be entertained. Have fun. Go buy the game and, you know, have a good time.
and look what he says. He says player can even include their own friends and family in the game to examine whether they might survive the outbreak of nuclear war. They're not gonna survive.
That's gonna become a reality. Yeah. Nobody's gonna survive over here, but there's gonna be different various parts of the world that are gonna get hit, that are gonna be annihilated. And again, you're gonna have to figure it out, man. You're gonna have to figure out how to get food and how to wheel and deal. So we still got some shit to go down.
There's a quote too. I can't remember who said it, but he said the fourth World War. I think it's Albert Einstein. He said World War III is going to be by fire, but the fourth war is going to be fought with sticks and stones, which is showing that it's going to knock you back into the Stone Age, all the way back in the beginning. Start over.
Weapons are gonna be burned up.
I got Zechariah 14:12, and I always think of Judgment Day, Terminator 2, Sarah Connor.
Yeah, we haven't brought this on a long time. Yeah, man, and that's the movie Terminator. They show you in their movie. You want to look at it as just entertainment, but they're telling you shit, man. They're secretly telling you shit in their movies what they're going to do. This is it. This is real deal, man. Don't look at shit just as some more entertainment. You gotta look at it. You gotta examine this shit. When Esau does certain things, you gotta examine this shit, man. Go ahead.
Zechariah 14:12, and this shall be the plague wherein the Lord will smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem.
Right now, what he's about to read, where do you think they got this from, man? In the movie theater. Where do you think they got that from in the movie? They didn't just all of a sudden decide they're going, oh, this is really offensive. The nuclear missile, the heat is gonna come and blast it, blast her skin off her body. No, they got that from the scriptures, man.
James Cameron, I think. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Right, real quick, there's no better example to watch than to watch that Terminator and to get a true understanding of what that looks like, man. That is a perfect example of what you're reading right here. To see how a person can be standing on their feet when that nuclear blast comes and just blows the skin and blood right off you. You're a bare skeleton, man. Go ahead. Oh, you gonna get it. Bring it up.
No, it was just James Cameron. He was a director. It was in '91. So they've been telling him for years.
Even going back to the nuclear missile and how to talk, I mean, the heat. They say anything that touches it or that fire touch, it goes to the same amount of Fahrenheit degrees of that fire. So just like when you see those cars, you know, they get disintegrated on spot. That's exactly what happened.
And it says, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Their eyes shall consume. I mean,
Yeah, brother.
Yo.
Trying to cut shortcut the prophecy.
Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherein the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
And the Lord's gonna do it. For all those who told the Lord wouldn't do something like that. Why would he do it? Because he's the Lord and he's the creator. He'll do whatever he wants in his creation. That's right. Right? That's the bottom line. Tired of hearing people, he wouldn't do something. No, he's goddamn right he would. He did it to you. He bruised his own son, man. What makes you think he will fuck everybody else up? Go ahead, read that from the top.
Yep.
My language.
And this shall be the plague wherein the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Right now, mind you, and I know I keep interrupting you, but it says this is going to happen to all those who have fought against us, man. That's what's going to happen to all you nations, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be an Israelite.
Because judgment therefore risen.
That's right. That's right. Your time has come. Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right, and that's what that nuclear wind, that nuclear blast is going to do to people, man. You know, you get a chance, y'all get a chance, watch that you go on YouTube and just put nuclear scene Terminator. Check that out, man. You know, we gotta start bringing that back up because that's more closer than we now believe. Yeah, we used to have, we got the sign, but they ain't here.
Another movie to show as well is The Knowing. There's a scene in The
Yeah,
Knowing.
yeah. See, but the Knowing, but the Knowing is again. At least Terminator kept it real with the nuclear missile. The Knowing said it was a solar blast from the sun. Now you got people talking about a solar blast. You got people really scientists talking about in 2029 the solar blast the sun, but we gotta be careful. You know, got no goddamn solar blast. Thermonuclear missiles coming, man. But again, but how easy it is to manipulate the minds of the people. But, as a matter of fact, I was listening to something, and he was saying how easy you can persuade somebody to believe you just by the words that you speak. You know, and because we're out here, we're not scholars, so to say, with suits and ties, and our diplomas hanging up on the plaques on the pillars here. People aren't gonna believe our report. They can come up here and we can tell them America's gonna be destroyed. The Lord's gonna, put everybody into captivity. We can tell them all these things, but they're not gonna believe it because in their eyes we have no credibility.
No PhDs.
Yeah, we have no credibility. But again, when the Lord said, "I'm gonna set you up as a prophet to go into the nations to prophesy," this is exactly what we've done. So those who those who have a little understanding about the Bible and about the scriptures, they understand what we're doing is the fulfillment of prophecy, man. We don't give a goddamn about you peons. You're all gonna die anyway.
That's right.
It's those individuals like we talk about that lady who has a little bit of the know or has a little bit of the inside scoop. They're the ones who are really fearful of what we do. These people you see walking up, they ain't just extras. Right, they ain't fearful. But if they knew who we were, they would know we were the prophets of the Lord. Because in the ancient times, when a prophet came to town, motherfuckers was trembling.
I got you.
You think people are trembling? We up there on the center there. How many people are trembling when they come by us? They sit there and they'll stop and they'll listen.
They go to
Get their
McDonald's.
turn around. I gotta go. But go ahead, bro.
It's Hosea 4:1. It says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in the land."
Right. And why does he have that controversy? Because of the things the brother just read. There's no truth, no knowledge, no nothing in this land, man. So the Lord is coming back. He's coming back to show his presence. He's coming back to show his power. And his power is going to be to destroy this place, man. So don't get caught out there. Don't get caught out there and die the death of an Edomite when this death wasn't meant for you, man. You know, return back to the Lord. Come back to the Lord and recognize and ask for forgiveness and ask for mercy for all the shit that you've done. You know, go ahead.
Revelation 11 verse 13. In the same hour, there was the great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. In the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. Complete remnant were Fridays and give glory to the Most High of heaven.
Right now, if you read what if you listen to what he said, it says, you know, the 10th part of the city fell. How does that happen? By means of the thermonuclear missile. And it says, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the Most High. Why? Because we're going to be praising Yahweh Shai for having mercy upon us, first and foremost, and delivering of us, Lord willing, we're in that number. And secondly, for the destruction of Babylon the Great, as he said, he was going to let his servants see with their eyes the fall of their enemy. But the things that we're going to see and behold is going to be things we've never ever seen before. The destruction and transgression is going to be so heavy upon the earth, it's going to be all beyond all we've ever thought of, man. You know, you can watch, just look at it like this sometimes. You see those wildfires out in California, even that shit that happened over in Hawaii. They showed people driving down the street. That was just some bullshit fire if you want to compare it to the thermonuclear destruction.
Yeah.
So you goddamn right we're gonna be afraid. And even watching that, I'm watching the TV, watching it, I'm like, oh shit. And I'm saying to myself, what would I do? You know, well, shit, would I just bust right through it in the ride and just keep moving? You know, is the shit gonna burn up? Can you imagine how hot it's gonna be down here? They're gonna feel that heat over in other countries, man. It's gonna be so goddamn hot, man. It's gonna change the climate. Because that's what them nuclear missiles are gonna do. Them nuclear missiles, them mushroom clouds, boom, it can be raining. Boom, it's gonna clear that sky right up because remember, the sun's above the clouds. You move those clouds, if those clouds were to be moved out of the way right now, it'd be a nice sunny day right here. You know, so those missiles are gonna change the way the temperature is, the way the weather is at that day. Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter 3 and verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are you to be? In all holy conversation and godliness.
Alright.
Looking.
Let me say this now. You know what kind of fucking gets under my skin? For all those people who know about, you know, Israel and destruction, and they don't even fight for it, man. Well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. At least fight for this shit, man. Fight for it. You know? Absolutely. Fight for it, man. Don't just be like, whatever. Don't just be like, come out and fight for it. The Lord gave you a spirit, man. You know, the scriptures say he's not giving us the spirit of fear.
Yeah.
So fight for it, man. Don't just sit there and be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna die anyway. That spirit that people got on, that shit, I can't get. If you got that spirit on you, you need to be put to death, man. You know? You ought to fight to your very last breath. Go ahead.
That's what he also mentioned in verse 9 where it says, not willing that any shall perish, but that all should come to repentance. He's giving you the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? It's presented to you.
That's what I thought about. When you read that, it made me think of that. Fight for it, man. You know, shit. Ask the Lord for mercy. Yeah. Ask the Lord to redeem you from your enemies, man. You don't want to fucking die right here with your enemies. What good is that? There's no fun in that. You saw gonna turn you, I fuck the whole world up. What'd you do? You saw gonna laugh, that's what you get, nigga.
You're a two-time loser. They're gonna look at you as being a two-time loser.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, looking for and hasten unto the coming day of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Right. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Right. Verse 14. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless.
Point taken. Be diligent that you may be found without spot and blameless. So fight for it, man. fight for it. We just get that spirit, whatever. You know, the Lord has given us the time to repent, to come back, to come back to who you truly are. You know, but for the most part, you've been warned, you've been told. You've been told what's going on. Now, if the Lord don't have mercy upon you, then that's your own doing.
Scripture says, fight the good fight of faith.
That's what I have, right? That's the scripture. Right. First Timothy 6 verse 12. Fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses.
Like that good fight of faith, you know? This is what we do. We come out every day. Every week we come out fighting a good fight, man. You know? And to fight is to be, to be ready, man. How are you gonna be ready if you ain't prepared? How are you gonna fight if you ain't know what you're fighting for? You know? We wanna get the hell out of here, man. We wanna be delivered from the destruction, from our enemies. We wanna be delivered from this madness, from this untoward world, man. There's nothing but filthiness down here. And to know that you can die with Esau, you're gonna risk of dying with the enemy, deserves to be put to death. That's awful, man. Go ahead.
Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Right. Blessed he that is watching. And this is the key time to be watching, man. So to second Ezra, the 9th chapter. Yeah. This is the key time to be watching. We're living in some beautiful times right now, man. All the things that are going on and watching the progress. Sometimes you sit back, you be in the kitchen, I'm like, yeah, boy. You know, you can't help it. You know, you just, your spirit lifts up, you're like, yeah, I knew it. You rub your hands together, this is about to go down. You know, the Lord is giving us, He's starting to give us these little tokens that we now can hold on to, because this thing is speeding up. Before you know it, it's gonna be all kinds of tokens. Like, oh shit, Lord.
Yeah. Hey, in those movies when they have that individual playing that's crazy because he knows, they say he's into what is it, conspiracy theory.
Right.
He don't look so crazy at the end of it.
Right.
Everybody runs to that same individual at the end to get information. So
That's what it shows you to know that the crazy man was always right.
always right. Yeah.
And he rejoiced at that because you see that everything I said was coming to pass.
Yeah.
And what the Lord said, we rejoice and be glad for the kingdom is now at hand.
Right.
So when you see these things happening, we should rejoice because prophecy is being fulfilled.
Right.
Yeah.
I got Romans 13 verse 12. The night is far spent, the days are at hand. Let us therefore cast off the work of darkness,
Right.
and let us put on the armor of light.
Right.
Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting, in drunkenness, nor in shimmering, in wantonness, nor in strife, in envy, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof.
Right. Keep yourself in good standing, man. Keep yourself in good, sound mind. That's what I'm talking about. Don't get all caught up with all bullshit. Keeping the word of Yahweh Shai at the forefront of all your doings and your goings, man. That's what you need to do. And this was give me Isaiah 33, is it 33, 6? Is it 9? Yeah.
Isaiah 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Keeping yourself in sound, good mind, man. Because the wisdom and knowledge is going to be what stabilizes you. It's going to be the thing that's going to be able to keep you grounded when all hell starts truly breaking loose, man. That's what it's talking about. What else is going to do these things for you? Nothing else, man. You ain't going to pick up fucking People magazine and talk about, oh, I seen an article about, them having a nuclear war. Let me go find that. That's not going to do you no goddamn good. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times. This is the only wisdom and knowledge that you're going to be able to grab hold of that's going to assist you and help you maintain yourself in these troublesome times. The scripture says in the book of Hebrews, the word of the Lord is quick and powerful. What does that mean? Quick means alive. This book is a living book, man. It's going to sustain you. There's going to be a point in time where we're not even going to really be looking for food, or we're thinking about food. but it's gonna be these scriptures that's gonna take heed, man. This is what we're doing. This is what we're training. The Lord is training us. The Lord is building us up. Day by day, we're being built up more and more to be prepared for the things that are coming. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna be invincible, but we're gonna be prepared for the shit that does come, man. This is why it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. What time we living in? An unstable time, man. And when you're living in unstable times, you need some type of stability to keep you going, man. Go ahead.
John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing.
Right.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, they are life.
That's right. The words that are spoken unto us, they are spirit and they are life. Do not the Lord say, lo, I come in the volume of his book, which is written of me. So these are the things that we meditate on. The comfort. This is what's comforting to us. And it never fails, man. You can be in a fucked up situation. Go back to that scripture, go back to the scriptures and read. Your spirit is now being comforted. Your worries that are heavy upon you are now being lifted off you. Because the Lord is taking them on, man. Go ahead, brother.
I got this is the book of Matthew, Luke chapter 10, verse 23. And he turned him into his disciples and said privately, blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them.
So how blessed are we? How blessed are we, man? That's why, when I was thinking this whole week, I was thinking, I gotta continue to give thanks to Yahweh Shine on, man. Even in the very little things, because we have been blessed with this word, and the Lord giving us this word. So much so, many great men before us did not receive or understand what they were reading or what they were being told. But we now in this time are understanding these things, man. That right there, you gotta understand you've been counted as blessed, man, because the Lord revealed them unto you. The Lord just ain't gonna reveal anything to any old schmuck. Some old regular average Jake that's roaming the streets looking to get in all kinds of mischief. This is why they're exactly where they are. Because the Lord didn't reveal it unto them because they weren't worthy to be revealed. They weren't worthy for the Lord to reveal it unto them. You see? So count it all joy that we have these scriptures, man. We have something we can fall back on and we can go back and rely on and know that it is assured that it is right and it's correct and it's uplifting. Know that with assurity. Whenever you open up these scriptures and you start reading, man, and before you know it, 2 hours have gone by. Because you've already you put yourself in the story. So enjoyable to read and to understand, and you can receive it that much better. Go ahead.
Proverbs 22:3 in the NLT says, through the person foresee danger and take precautions.
Right, through the person foresee danger and take precautions. You know what? You foresee danger and you take precaution. How will you take precaution? By meditating on the word, by trusting in the word, believing on Yahweh. That's how we're taking precaution. We ain't see what the hell's going on in the world and just wonder like, fuck it, we'll see what happens. Maybe they won't have a war, maybe they, I don't know. We're taking precaution, man. And not only we are taking precautions, we now warn other brothers so they also can take precaution. This is how the Lord set this thing up, man. The Lord said, give them warning from me. How are we giving them warning? From the comfort. Why are we giving them warning? Because the Lord has set things in motion that he foretold us to be aware of, to watch out for. And now that we're watching them, we're warning, we're letting you know, hey yo bro, this is what we got to tell you, this is what the Lord said, this is the word of the Lord speaking. And then if that man is worthy at that time, the Lord will open up his mind to receive the things that are being said unto him. Alright, let's go.
I got one more quote from Mr. Sir Isaac Newton. And he said, I have a fundamental belief in the Bible as the Word of God, written by those who were inspired. I've studied the Bible daily.
scripture say, that's right, the scripture say, not by men, but men that will move by the Spirit.
That's right.
Spirit. Right? Go ahead.
Proverbs 22:3, and our sisters are for the person who will see danger and take caution.
Right.
The simpleton goes glidely in suffer the consequences.
Right. And you know what simple people do, man? Simple people like to find the easy way out. Simple people want to take the easy way out. You know, you can have a man who may say something and may need to be corrected, but because he can't take correction, he just throw up his hands and leave. It was the simplest, man. You gotta be a man in this thing. The shit that we're undergoing right now ain't shit, man. We just men talking and conversing with one another. The fuck you gonna do when all shit breaks down and goes haywire? Can I count on you? Can I trust in you to be a man that's gonna be like, yo, I know my brother got me. He ain't gonna turn his back on me. I know if I call that brother, he's gonna beat it. And all hell breaks loose, man. But some men they ain't built to be here. They're not built to receive this thing. Though they received it and learned it, but they're not built for it. Because it shows in your spirit. It shows in your actions if you're a man of the Lord or not, man. You don't walk away from men that you've been around for so long because somebody says something to you. What kind of shit is that, man? If you can't take a little rebuke from a man, then you ain't fit for this thing, man. How the hell are you gonna take some shit that's gonna come from a fucking stranger, from an enemy, man? How you gonna take something that's gonna come from an enemy if you can't take the heat from one of your brothers who's trying to correct you, man? So be ready, man. You brothers be on the ready. You know, this is who we trust in right here, the brotherhood. We trust in the brotherhood. And if you can't trust in your brotherhood, and you can't take a tongue lashing from one of your brothers, then you ain't no goddamn good, man. Get your ass on out of here. We don't need you. The Lord don't need you. Because that same spirit is gonna be on you when all hell breaks loose. Yeah, I know them Israelites. I seen them over there, but I wasn't with them. They over there. They up on the hill over there. That's what's gonna happen, man. That's the spirit a lot of you men are rolling in. You're gonna be sitting there waiting, willing and ready and waiting to tell where we are. They over there. It's about 12. They down around the corner. Alright? So if you coming into this thing, man, know that it's gonna be hell, just pure hell, man. The time when we coming into it's gonna be pure hell, man. You know? You gotta ask yourself. You gotta examine yourself. If you just bow out gracefully and walk away and never return, I'll have more respect, if you will, like a better word, I have more respect for a man who does that than for a man to come and just be like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Quit. Got no use for you, man. Got no use for you. You know who you are. Got no use for you, man. All right, where we at? I know I kind of went off on a tangent right there, but I jumped on it. You know, we trust you, brothers, man. We trust in the brotherhood. We may not see each other ever again. That time may come. Brothers may be in different locations, but all hell breaks loose. You know? But I know for a surety, brothers gonna keep brothers in their prayers, and that may Yahweh wash me out shot, guide and protect every one of us, no matter where we are and at what time it is, man.
I got a precept for you.
Yeah, this is James 1:12. It says, "Blessed is the man that endured temptation.
Right.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life."
Right. When he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. Did not the Lord say we're practicing the righteous acts?
That's right.
You know, we're practicing the righteous acts. And here we are, you know, conversing with one another. If you can't take a little rebuke from a brother, you fucking useless, man. As far as I'm concerned, I'm speaking for myself right now. You goddamn useless. I'd rather see brothers say, "Hey, yo, slap your brother. I didn't mean that. You know, let me get myself right. It will never happen again." Then I can say, "All right, brother. You know what? He's been admonished. He's recognized his offenses, and now he's gonna change his ways." What did the Lord tell the lady when he wrote in the sand, all the men disappeared? Go and sin no more. So she got herself right. She got herself right. From that point forward, she's gonna be on the right path. You know, likewise, listen, if a brother tells you something, you doing something, brother, don't do no shit like that. And don't be talking like that. Yeah, cons, water, brother, my fault. You get your shit right, you don't be talking that way never ever again. Simple. It's fucking simple, man. It's simple.
Let me add to Elder. When Yahushua was nailed on the cross, right? There were two men, one on the right, one on the left. And the one admitted that he was a sinner. He admitted his guilt and he wasn't a sinner. What Yahushua said to him, that from this day on you shall see me in paradise. You know?
Scripture also mentions about acknowledging your offense. Sometimes you may not see what you're doing wrong, but someone else can see that and tell you, and that way you can correct yourself.
Correct yourself. Right. Right. And this is what this brotherhood is all about, man. You know, correcting brothers, rebuking brothers, admonishing brothers, building brothers up, man. Making sure brothers is in the right mind, man. What kind of thing would the Lord set up if we didn't have these tools to work with, man?
Yeah, building blocks to a nation.
Right. These are the tools that the Lord gave us. And how are you gonna rule in the kingdom if you can't even fucking rule here? If you can't even take control of your shit here, man? Go ahead.
Yahushua will be good and say, get behind me Satan. And some men, Yahushua says that some men, they will not run. They couldn't think that we build. You know, the spirit of telling Yahushua, you're not going to run because Yahushua called Peter, Satan, get behind me Satan.
That shit, man, now you know, you think about shit after a while, it kind of resonates with you. Come on here. Look, anyway, go ahead.
You also have men that, you know, like you said, can't take rebuke, but then they go to jobs and they got to hear it from their boss and other people that have no type of intimate relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Here we're administering brotherly love.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't give a goddamn, we wouldn't say shit to you. Let you ride off into the abyss of sin and get destroyed, man. If we didn't care, some men just don't get it, man.
That's how certain jobs play. They mess up, they're quick to fire you. You know what I'm saying? You said the brotherhood, we're here to instill the Yeah,
that's right. That's right. And for one to be like, yo, my fault, I fucked up, it's my bad. You know what? I won't go do that shit no more. You know, ask the Lord for forgiveness. You know, get your mind right or whatever, and you keep it moving. And you keep that link in the brotherhood. Keep it tight. Keep that bond tight.
And it's also good too because that's just like you see how we got railings. It's just like that because now you know what not to do later on the next time. It keeps you within that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
In that confine. Yeah. But not only that, but it'll teach you in the event that now you have just acquired a learning experience. Now when you see somebody else doing something, you can say, hey brother, trust me. I understand, I've been there, so, you know, and set that man straight, and so on and so forth. And this is what we call iron sharpening iron on every level. You know? But if you're just gonna throw your hands up, throw your hands up and bounce, then you was never a part of the body, man. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 1:5. A wise man will hear and will increase in learning.
A wise man will hear and increase in the learning. But again, you know, you got people that are very versed in the scriptures, but if you don't know how to apply it, what good is it?
So it says, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
That's right. A man of understanding will obtain to wise counsel. And again, the Lord put men in position for a certain reason. And if a man pulls you aside, if somebody pulls you aside and says, yo, brother, such and such and such and such, you ought to grab hold of that wise counsel and work that out. You're like, all right, you know what? Good. What? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, Elder. I wasn't gonna say it. I'll say it.
You know how I'm gonna say they see the Lord in your next brother. Like if you can't accept that from your brother, how can you accept that from Yahushua?
Right. On this level.
Yeah.
On this level.
But they say, oh, I believe that man to be a man of the Lord. So if that's the case, you're supposed to take what he's saying.
That's right. You're supposed to take heed to what that man's saying. There was a time where we were out here kind of new, not new, we used to come out, and there was somebody, you know, talking shit, and I was ashamed. So, you know, cat got close, I put a kick up, you know, Elder got on me for that shit. Yo, bro, don't be doing that shit. No, I didn't go, what? No, I took the admonishment and I understood it, and I was like, you know what? He's right. There's no need for me to go out there throwing kicks and roundhouses and shit. That's not what we're here for. But again, a wise man is taking counsel from another wise man. And it set me straight and never did it again. Simple. So now, if I see a brother doing something, I'm like, yo, brother, don't do this and that, don't do. That brother said, hey, you know what, you're right. That's how it should be. And this is how we keep this body intact. But when you got a rebel amongst the body, he gotta be purged. He gotta be purged out of here. You know? There's no goddamn room for rebels, man. We're all striving for that penny. We all want to get the fuck out of here. Right? But in the meantime, the Lord put us here for a reason. That we have to trust in one another as brothers, as family. You see? And if I can't take some words from you, then what good am I, man? Go ahead.
This is, if you can't take orders, it's impossible for you to be able to give orders.
That's right. Right. And hence the reason why we're practicing the righteous acts.
Some people want to jump back in.
Right.
It's like prime example for that too. It's like ancient king, right? When women become king, they have wise men surrounding them. And before the king make a decision, he will seek counsel with that man. And the counsel, when those counsel wise will correct him if he is king. You know? Likewise, the same with us. You know, we counsel each other, and then we got walk me up shot. You know, and if we find any wrong, we correct that one, let him know. Right. You know, I just want to say that.
Right, that's right.
This is Sirach 30:1. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends shall rejoice of him. Right? So this is obviously speaking towards your own children, but we've taken each other on as like a father-son relationship. I've learned a lot from this man and all these men.
And again, and this is how we have been taught. We have been taught this way. We ain't just coming out here and just willy-nilly. We've been taught this way from good men, man. And this is what the body needs. The body needs good men to trust in one another, man. But if you feel that this ain't for you, you bow out gracefully. Bow out gracefully. But don't bow out because somebody brings something to your attention, and all of a sudden you catch feelings and you just fucking disappear. You know? There had been a point in time where, you start to build a certain level of trust in the men, in the core in the men that you've been around, to the point where this thing is so serious, you say, damn, I can put my life in that man's hands. That's how serious this is going to be. You're going to have to put your life in your brother's hands at some point in time. You see? But if a few simple words is going to make you feel like, oh my. Hey, what you say? What's it, brother?
Bloody up.
You feel that's how you are, then that's it. Then you got to go. And this goes for anybody, because we speak, and this is a lesson that's being taught right now. The brotherhood is paramount, man. Under the spirit power of Yahweh Shah, it's paramount. This is why we gotta trust in one another. And this is why the scripture says, lay hands on no man suddenly. Because you just don't know who you're gonna get, man. Cats fake the funk, cats do all kinds of wild shit out here. Especially now that these prophecies are coming to pass. Now everybody wants to jump on the boat. Everybody wants to jump on, yeah, that's right. You know? Everybody wants to be a part of it now. You know? But believe you me, as the scripture has said, when the cock crow, they're going to deny Yahweh Shai, man. Everybody's gun-ho now, and this is why you got to pray that the Lord puts that spirit of courage on you, and the spirit of discipline on you. So when these times do come up and these things happen, where you may be faced with going to the guillotine, you may be in that line where they got everybody round up to go into the concentration camp. You know, you pray that the Lord will deliver you out of there. And Lord willing, He delivers you out of these situations, man. Because these are the things that we're going to be before. Isn't it not written? But he shall be saved out of it. So everything that's starting to brew up, man, don't think you exempt. We ain't exempt, man. You know? Consistently praying without ceasing is paramount. It's paramount. You gotta pray without ceasing. Because these things that we're going to be praying for in these last days, you know, you gotta hope and pray the Lord hears your prayers and your supplications to the Lord. We ain't gonna be sitting around, you know, just gagging. No, we're gonna be in the midst of some hot. It's gonna be a hot war, man. It's gonna be a hot war out there amongst the people, not nations, amongst the people. Go ahead.
Matthew 24, verse 21. It says, "For there shall be great tribulation, such as not since the beginning of the world."
What do you read?
Matthew 24, verse
22. Read again.
Matthew 24, verse 21. "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened."
Right. Now it just speeds up now. It says, "For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." So this thing's going to speed up much more for us than anybody else. Because now these prophets are going to be bam, 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 bam. Right? But again, the times of the trouble that is going to be upon us is going to be shit that has never been seen upon the face of the earth, man. The Lord Yahweh Shai is subject to being pierced, being bashed, clad with thorns, you know, and everything that they did to Yahweh Shai. And so much so, he was unrecognizable when they got through with him when he was on that cross, man. They couldn't even recognize Yahweh Shai. And you think we're gonna just skate through this shit on ice skates? Who knows, man? You may be fucking going through this thing with a fucking snapped leg, man. You don't know. You very well may catch the hell of the helliest, man. Stone. Yeah, man. Right.
You know, so they had a bad hit too. Paul.
Yeah, thorn. Get a thorn in the side. Right. Get a thorn in the side. We don't know what it was, but the fact of the matter is, so I get your message. He was going through hell. He had something wrong with him. You know? So we ain't exempt, man. We're gonna have to fucking work this one out, man. Go ahead.
Now the scripture said Yahushua was bruised like no other man, right?
That's right.
And also said the servant is not
greater than his master.
So if Yahushua got a good one, how much more?
Right. So we talk in this time period because there's nothing going on. You know? And to some it may seem like we talk boldly where, oh, bring it on, baby, you know what? You may have that perception of it, but at the same time, we gotta show ourselves as men. You know, the scriptures talk about men curled up like women grabbing their loins. You know, now, am I saying that's not gonna happen to us? Lord willing, it doesn't. Again, this is the Lord's program. But at the same time, being a man of the Lord, showing yourself as a man, the Lord is gonna impart that strength unto you that you can withstand the wiles of the devil. That you can withstand the shit that's going to be coming down at you. You know? And it's all through the power of Yahweh Shai. We ain't going to be doing, I don't give a goddamn how much you bench pressing. How caught diesel you are when you walk around with fucking 2 mailboxes under your arms, all this shit. That's what it is. What's wrong with you? You know? Mailbox. Yeah, but that's like, you know how them dudes be walking, all this shit, all this shit. Yeah, all that shit, them dudes are gonna be on the ground fucking weeping and gnashing their teeth, man.
That's why I always push faith over fear. And even when it was in the boat, the apostles and Yahushua, he was sleeping and he was like, Lord, yo.
Right.
Woke up and rebuked the wind. You know?
Right.
He always told them, he has little faith.
Right.
You know, that's the time we have to bring that spirit of faith.
Right. I'm not saying we the mightiest of men, the same time, you gotta show yourself as a man. You know, even in life today, man, being the head of the house. You know, you just can't let run up in your crib and, you know, oh shit. You know, there's two big men up in there. You gotta fight your ass off, man. That's it.
There's another saying too. It says you're only as strong as your faith is.
Yeah.
Right. So you can believe you can get through a certain situation. The Lord is going to grant that. That's right. He's the rewarder and the diligently seeking. So we desire to have the Lord on our side.
Right, and this is the crux of what we're talking about. You know, just being a man, dealing with this uncomfortable situations. You know, there was times where, I can imagine if the apostles had said something to us, and we were just like, fuck it. You know?
Why you looking at me?
You know, it's serious business, man. It's serious business. You know? So, don't think that a brother is always out to get you. You know? Brothers operating under the love of the brotherhood. And with that being said, you kind of, you gotta listen to what brothers are saying. You know? You can be a brother in the truth for, 2 years. But if he got the spirit on, if the spirit is on him to tell you something in a manner where maybe see you do something, put you aside, you can't like, yo, brother, you only got 2 years, don't tell me, But if he's sincere, he's telling you something sincere, and you know that you did something maybe you shouldn't have done. You gotta take that, man. You're right, brother. You're right. That's it. Being about humility, and having humility. All right. Did you have something you said?
Daniel 12:1.
Yeah, read that. Because he had brought out.
Yeah, this is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, who standeth for the children of thy people.
Yep.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
What do you think is gonna happen, man? There's gonna be all types of trouble we're gonna have to endure. There's gonna be all types of shit going on. There's gonna be all types of trouble, man. There's gonna be a time of trouble. But ultimately, that them thermonuclear missiles is gonna be the big trouble. But until then, you're gonna have the devil coming down having great wrath, right? Seeking whom he may devour. Your enemies are gonna be about looking to destroy you. Even your friends whom you thought you were friends with are gonna be pointing the finger at you, man. So we ain't safe in any shape, form, or fashion around here. And this is why, again, the brotherhood is so important. And again, we have to count on brothers to make sure that, I'm gonna make sure you're safe, you make sure I'm safe, Lord willing. But if you have got a weak spirit on you, and you ain't trying to overcome that weak spirit by prayer and fasting and looking to the brothers for help, then you want to belong here. You see, this is what this is all about, man. We ought to make sure we uplift one another. Go ahead.
I was going to say, the scripture says, a man's foe shall be them of their own household.
That's right.
If you can't even trust the same people that's in your
house,
who else are you going to trust?
Right. Put your hands up in the air. That's all I can see. That's all I can see, man. It's bothering me. It's bothering my spirit. When we come out here, we come out here for first and foremost for the hopeful elect. That's who we come for. First and foremost, for the hopeful elect. Right? God willing, we're in that number. But at the same time, within that, with us coming out here, we've all been here, we've all been sacrificing, doing what we have to do to make our calling and election sure. And to just give up that fucking easy? Come on, man. Come on. You ain't give up on us. You're giving up on the Lord. Motherfuckers travel halfway across the fucking world to come someplace to say, we didn't give you a fucking ticket to come. See? Because you did the same shit back where you was. Go ahead.
Finish off. It says, and at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
That's right. That's right. Those who are written in the book. We're trying to make it so we are written in that book. All right? Now the Lord already knows who we are. Hands down, He knows. But we don't know. This is why we got to keep striving. We got to keep fighting. We got to keep praying. We got to keep fasting. Because we don't know. And I'm not gonna leave it up to chance, but you know, some of the elder and I came out, we had cats come up. I know I'm a part of the elect. Me and my brother, we are the elect. He was like, all right, man, you know. But he wasn't right in the head anyway. Yeah, he wasn't right in the head. You know, may the Lord have mercy on him for, you know, whatever, man. But you know, but that's the Lord's call. That's the Lord's call. But there are some men that you could look at and be like, yeah, that brother's a little slow, he's a little off. You know, he's talking out of his. He may have pure intentions. You know, but again, that's the Lord's call. But our job as prophets of the Lord is to come out and prophesy the downfall of this bitch, and bring that the Lord to bring that swift destruction on this place, man. Go ahead.
2 Timothy 2 verse 19. And nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure, having the zeal, the Lord knoweth them that are his. And
The Lord knoweth them that are his. You see? The Lord knoweth them that are his. And these are his who stand fast, who stand firm, whose feet are fastened. You're not going to be shushed and turned away on pretty much for nothing, man. The Lord ain't looking for a weak guy, man. He's looking for a man who truly believes and has faith, man. I mean, again, if you come up and say, hey, brothers, I'm going to go do my own thing, you know, I'm going to Jersey or whatever, I'm going to do my own thing. All right, that's cool. You got no, Lord be with you, brother. Salute you, off you go, so be it. That's what the Lord is looking for. That's what the Lord is looking for. A man who's sound. One of you brothers might say, yo, brother, I'm moving up to Maine. I want to go up there and start the camp. You got our blessing, brother. Go out there, be safe, be wise. You know, if you got any questions, call. We can't call the apostles and the elders, let them know, you know, and keep it moving. But to give up, man, I can't swallow it, man. We come too goddamn far. Come too far to be just giving up all of a sudden. This is about to get good, man. Now it's starting to heat up. Now it's starting to pick up, man. Now you got people talking about, oh, I remember you said something about that. Yeah, you know, man. Yeah, so now you kind of like, yeah, man. In the back of your mind, like, you told you want to listen in. Now you want to come running. Now you want to come running, huh? You know? Go ahead, brother.
It was 2 Timothy 2 verse 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure, having his zeal, the Lord knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that name the name of Yahushua depart from iniquity.
Yeah, everyone that name Yahushua depart from iniquity. And again, many of people know the name of Yahushua. Many men call upon that name. But how true are you when you call upon that name? How sincere are you? Do you truly believe that name? You know? Because the Lord even said, when it's written, then shall they call upon me, but I'll say, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is Matthew 7:21. To back Bonawar says, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Yep.
And in thy name have cast out devils?
Yep.
And in thy name done many wonderful works?
Yep.
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Again, you know, not trying to go down this road too deep, too far, but at the end of the day, man, you put yourself in a position, all right? When you put your hand to the plow, it's the same situation. When you bring yourself to men's camp, and you confess yourself to be a brother, this, that, the third, call, and you just decide that, man, I'm out of here. For no good reason. Somebody said something to you. Doesn't look good, my man. Does not look good. You know? And again, we only say these things to warn you. You know? Look, go ahead.
I got something to look at correction. If he stayed there.
Now we ain't gonna get into the details. Not gonna get into the details about what it was, but if you understood the details, you would understand why I'm so hot about the relationship, this particular situation with Gamma. You know, and the Lord brought it out this way because there's edification that's going to come with us. Well, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 5 verse 4. When thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, he fear not to pay, for he had no pleasure in fools.
That's right.
Pay that which thou vow, But better is it that thou shouldest not vow, that thou shouldest vow and not pay.
That's right. So when you make a vow, man, that's it. You are held to it, man. You are held to it. Let me say, I'm gonna end it with this, right? If you go somewhere and you believe that these men are men of the Lord by your own admission, and then all of a sudden, one of the men of the Lord decides to warn you about something or to correct you on something, and your response is this, you ain't right. You ain't fucking right. You pronounce with your own mouth. Y'all men of the Lord. Me? If I'm around the men of the Lord, I'm staying around the men of the Lord. I ain't departing from the men of the Lord. If the Lord, as long as the Lord got air in my lungs and mouth to speak, I'm sticking by these men. I'm not departing. Go ahead, brother. You got one?
Right, this is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 26 and 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third making me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, a man of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua prepares such as one for the sword.
That's it. No. So you condemn your own self. You put your own self in harm's way. Because the Lord said, right, like the Lord just read, prepare you for the sword. Because your intentions aren't pure. Your mindset and your words weren't pure. Alright? So let it be a lesson to all of us, including myself, man. If you're going to be a part of this thing, be sincere, be honest, be humble. You know, pray that the Lord continue to uplift you and give you the spirit of understanding as you go through this thing, man. We all struggling, man. We all fucking struggling. We're all going through it on a daily basis, man. And there's only things that can bring us up out of this is reading the scriptures and reaching out to the brothers, man. You know, the elder and I was talking earlier, man. And it felt good to talk to the elder because, you know, throughout the week you go through it. And the elder kept apologizing for, yeah, brother, I want to beat you with this, I want to burden you with this. But nah, listen, brother, we need this. You know, because sometimes, man, you know, your spirit is low. And then when you speak to other brothers, you know, y'all start chopping it up. You get uplifted. My brother didn't realize, but he brought my spirit up, and I felt I got rejuvenated, man. Like my battery got shot. You know when you plug your phone in that fucking charger, and that shit starts swirling around, your phone's happy. Your phone's happy, man. So when you speak to the brothers and you start teaching with scriptures and stories, you're like, man, I feel all right. Because it's the spirit that's moving, man. It's the spirit that's moving. Alright, so with that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Rakakadash.
The Lord Head Apostle Great Millstone that rule well, and all the elders as well. And shalom to all you brothers in the highways and byways doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continue fighting the good fight of faith. And I say shalom to you sisters that truly believe and trust in the name of Yahweh Shai. May the Lord have mercy upon you as well. And you know, again, we're going to continue to push this plow until the Lord takes us home, man. So with that, we're just going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Right. All right.